And we are live.
Good morning to Tim. Good morning to you. Good morning to Tim. Good morning to you.
Oh,
Yay!
Tim. Yay. Tim, I told him, I said, well, let's hurry up and go live so he can. Oh, I'm hearing echoes everywhere.
Is it me?
No, it's me. All right. I have to close out of YouTube and bring up Facebook. There. Yay, yay, Tim.
Yay! Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
And see, I'm not hearing. Maybe we will since we're live. We're supposed to hear like.
Good morning to Ella. Good morning to you. Good morning to Ella. Good morning to you.
Good morning, good morning. All right, it's supposed to play a sound when guests enter, and I'm not hearing it. It said that way you'll know when somebody is on.
Mm-hmm.
And oh goodness, you guys, how is everyone this morning?
I have slept better last night than I have probably in days, but my pain is higher. Makes no sense. Well, other than falling down yesterday or almost falling down and catching myself, and the fact that we had melted all of the snow up here, and now as I'm looking out, I can see a dusting of snow on the ground. Craziness.
Is it ever going to stop?
Winter will not let go.
Am I echoing to you?
I don't hear an echo.
Okay.
Good morning, Denise. Good morning to you. Good morning, Denise. Good morning to you.
Oh no, Tim.
Oh my goodness.
Let me write that down. And you guys, I know it's just us, but Tim, Denise is on her way to the doctor for them to. She'll probably have a cast. Oh, and Ella to tell you the same thing. Denise and Alvin is driving. Alvin is driving. Is that not wonderful? He just had back surgery about what did we say 3 weeks ago?
Like 2.5 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, and he's driving. That's crazy to me. Good morning, Chris. Oh, good morning to you. Good morning, Chris. Oh, good morning to you.
Good morning, Chris. Good morning. All right, I'm writing down, Tim, for the university. So we are going to pray about that one.
Good morning, darling B. Good morning to you. Good morning, darling B. Good morning to you.
You guys, it is Traci's anniversary. 31.
Yes, it is.
31.
31 years I've been married to my husband.
You guys, my cousins come get me this morning to go see my uncle and my aunt. And my uncle we prayed for him a lot last year for his cancer. Well, he's still around, and I want to go see him. Well, then I think about it. She told me, because I asked her about her trip to to New York and all that kind of stuff. They had a coronavirus in Manhattan.
Oh my
And
goodness.
she said, well, I was in Manhattan too.
Good morning, Dwayne. Good morning to you. Good morning, Dwayne. Good morning to you. Good morning, Ruth Truth. Good morning to you. Good morning, Ruth Truth. Good morning to you. Dwayne, I feel bad for him too, that he has had to put up with me for 31 years. Good morning, Ramblin' Hick. Good morning to you. Good morning, Ramblin' Hick. Good morning to you.
Yeah, see, Chris said it's happening where he's at. And then Tabitha was on the airplane, and now I'm thinking, wait. I told her, I said, have you been quarantined yet? Because if I tell Casey she's been on a plane and she was in New York, he ain't gonna want me. I'm looking behind me. He ain't gonna want me to get in the car with her.
He's
But
gonna, yeah.
but it's okay, because my dream yesterday, night before last, I
You
feel the
need to.
need to go see him.
We just had our very first case in Michigan
Wow.
confirmed last night. So until last night, there were 0 cases in Michigan. So I was feeling pretty secure knowing that it would eventually get here. But oh my goodness, in Berlin, they canceled everything with over 1,000 people. Oh my goodness.
Well, I guess I'll go to the store today and get some more water. Make sure I get plenty of toilet paper and hand sanitizer. Mama said that all the shelves are empty. She has not been to Kroger. Me and Casey have been to Kroger.
Mm-hmm.
They have toilet paper. They have bread. They have all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Rambling hick.
Too funny.
You'd probably be a lot safer if you were to drink it at the house and not go to a bar with a bunch of people.
For sure. For sure.
Ruth, I am trying to. I'm trying to keep that. Okay.
Hidden.
Yeah. I had a jacket on, but now I'm looking at Facebook. Yeah, I do. It is, Ruth, it is a key, and like a skeleton key, and it has my husband's name above it, and under it says keeper of my heart, and then it's like got a keyhole. So oh goodness.
Too funny. I have one too. We're not saints.
Look, if I got up and done just like patted everywhere that I had them, I could say, oh, Macarena. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, Macarena. Yeah. Chicken feet on my right and on my right. Hey, I didn't even do it till I was 45. Didn't get my first one till I was 45. I wanted the chicken feet for my daughter. She wanted me to get matching tattoo because she looks like an Etch-a-Sketch. That's what my daughter looks like, an Etch-a-Sketch. And so my husband said, no, you can get my name first, because he already covered up Lisa on his arm and got a big old Darlene on. Oh, Ruth.
Aww.
Thank you, Ruth. Yeah, so I got Keevan's name. My cousin did it. It's real pretty. And it's not too low. Like if I wore a bathing suit, it was seen. But the ones on my ankle, oh, that hurt. Little chicken feet on my ankle bone. It's 4 little chicken feet. It's me. I always say it was me and Casey, Tiffany, and my grandson. Oh, Ruth. Yeah, that's the only exercise I can get.
Thank you, Ruth.
Thank you. See there, Rambling Hick?
I have one. I only have one tattoo. It's on my foot.
And they hurt on the ankle bone. So when she had a baby girl, I'm like, I got to get another chicken foot. And that's going to hurt. Bye, Denise. I love you. Denise is going to get her elbow checked, you guys. So I was like, it never felt like me and Casey's. you know that. So
Mhm.
I said, no, that's going to stand for me and her and my 2 grandbabies. So then me and Casey had the
skeleton keys, right?
yes, I can show. Good. I think Joel's going to get to come in a few minutes, you guys. Joel Mahoney, which is superhero.
Yay, superhero.
Where is it? Okay, I can show it this way better than no, that ain't it. Where's it at? There it is. It'd be too hard to get my leg up here, you guys. So I'm gonna just show it like. Okay. Oh, there he is. There he is. Yay!
How are we?
Good morning, Joel. Good morning to Joel. Good morning to you. Good morning to Joel. Good morning to you.
You guys, I know you've gotten tired of hearing me say this, but maybe not because you guys are still here today. This is who I always say I always call my superhero. That's what I say, my superhero. So, this is my superhero. But Joel, let me show my tattoo real quick, you guys. That's it. That's the tattoo on my left ankle for me and Casey. And the young man that did the tattoo committed suicide last year. Swedish young man, and he was a very good friend of Casey's. So that means a lot. Means a lot. So, what are you up to today, Joel?
Oh, not much at the moment. It's kind of late here, like at the moment, because of the time difference. Like it's 11:45 p.m. But I just thought I'd jump on for a little while. We've been out, so we've basically only just got home in the last hour.
So, you guys, I don't know if you can tell where Joel is from, but I'll let him tell you because that's the one. That's the one I get tongue tied on.
Australia.
So you said it. You say it like Australia. Okay, Australia.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We don't say it so much like Oz or
Yeah.
the AU type Australia. We just say Australia. Like basically we're chucking out the U.
Mm-hmm.
Dwayne said Nebraska.
Mm.
But you guys, this now, he and I are going to have us a regular interview one day, and we're going to come up with a time that works for both of us because it's late where he's at.
Good morning, Elias. Good morning to you. Good morning, Elias. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Elias. And you guys, I'm going to say it again. Today is Traci's 31st anniversary.
Yes, it is.
So,
Happy anniversary.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now,
We have been married longer than I was alive before I got married.
yeah.
It's like we got married when I was 25. So good morning to Carolyn. Good morning to you. Good morning to Carolyn. Good morning to you.
Carolyn feeling blessed this morning. And see, even Ella says she likes your Aussie accent. And Manuela is from Berlin, Germany. So
it's funny how many people like that are from different places around the world say they love Australian accents.
Mm-hmm.
I do. I really do. And Sonia, I love Sonia's accent. When I saw her live Friday when I couldn't make it, and I got to see her live on Sandy's channel. I'm like, oh, look at Sonia. Oh, thank you, Elias. Yay, no need.
Oh my goodness.
No need for back surgery. That is wonderful.
That is a praise report.
So you were on once before, Joel,
Yeah.
and at the time I couldn't hear real well. So
Yeah.
I want to ask you, all right, how many kids did you say you have?
Here we've got 4.
And
4 girls.
4 girls.
Oh boy.
Bless you.
Oh boy, yeah.
Bless you.
Yeah. I'm the only, basically I'm the only man in the house. Even the cat and the dog's a girl, so
Oh my goodness.
I'm outnumbered.
Was Dwayne Mothership Products? See, there's somebody's got it worse than you.
Mhm.
I'm just saying, he's really outnumbered. You need to get your little hamster or something, a boy hamster or a little.
You usually have something on your side.
So, how old are you, Joel?
37. I turned 37 in January.
And how old are you girls?
There's a wide range. The oldest is 18, and the youngest is 6. The 2 in between are 8 and 10.
Oh wow.
Okay. The 18-year-old, I'm gonna just tell you, when she gets about 30, you just need to girls get worse when they get older. I'm just gonna let you know. They get bossy. They buck up against their mamas. So I don't know. You might have it easier because you're dad.
Well, she's different. I mean, I'm only stepdad, so.
Well, then you really have it easy then, because they're gonna want you. They'll go to you. They'll want you on their side against mama.
Right.
Yeah.
Elias, thank you. Elias said, let me highlight this. John 21:25, and there are also many things which Jesus did, the which if they should be written, every one. I suppose that even the world itself could not contain the books that should be written. And yeah, if they found all the books that was supposed to be in the Bible, it would be humongous. I believe. That's how I believe. So how old's your wife? Selma asked inquiring questions.
My fiance, she's 41, so she's a little bit older than me. Yeah.
And another question: where's your green hair? It's almost St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, I haven't dyed it again yet. I'm gonna do it probably soon. I haven't bothered with it at the moment just because I've been sort of out of action. These last few days are the only few days that I've had really in the last few months where I haven't had headaches. So.
Oh my goodness.
So yeah, I think I've had a bad neck and that lately, so I think I need to go get checked somewhere, chiropractor or something like that.
Yeah, that's rough when you have a headache all the time. That's rough.
Yeah.
And a lot of times it does come from the neck and shoulders.
Yeah. Especially with me, like because of my disability and that, I'm always pushing my wheelchair and doing sort of upper body exercises. So I'm always sort of tight and stiff in the shoulders and in the neck. So it makes it difficult. And
you can tell them what your disability is if you want to. I mean,
spina bifida.
Go ahead and tell them I've talked over you.
Spina bifida.
Because I just see you as Joel. You're just my superhero.
Yeah, that's just like, I mean, many people would say that just adds to the super, but I mean, for me, the word inspirational has always been a little bit ridiculous, really, because we all inspire people in different ways. And I think use the term inspirational for a lot of people with disabilities. And for me, I don't know about other people with disabilities. Sometimes it can come off a little bit condescending. Because we're just basically doing what we're doing. We're not
Right. I would have to agree. You're just trying to live your life. You're not.
Yeah, we're not trying to impress anyone. But if we inspire anyone or impress anyone along the way, then that is a good thing. Because it's always good to inspire others. But the sort of double-edged sword is that that they find the fact that we have the disability inspiring, because sadly society thinks that a lot of people with disabilities are not capable. And that's where I say it comes off a little bit condescending, because we know that we're capable. It's just that other people have their doubts, I guess.
Good morning, Michelle. Good morning to you. Good morning, Michelle. Good morning to you. Good morning to Jennifer. Good morning to you. Good morning to Jennifer. Good morning to you.
Could you type something, Joel, so that way they can go to your channel? But I think the face of disability is, if we were to be able to do like a commercial type thing, and each of us that are disabled, they would see my face, yes, and then Traci's with the smile, and then yours, and it would be like, okay, wait a minute, what disability do any of you have? You just go on.
Did that work?
Let me
I
see.
just type because I'm on StreamYard.
Oh, that's well. You know what?
Oh, it might take a minute.
I can.
I'll go on my phone.
Oh yeah, type it on your phone. So, but yeah, I have said that I was inspired. I mean, someone made me feel like, because if he could get up and get dressed and start his day and sell on eBay, I can get up and get dressed and get my butt in gear. So that's the way I look at it. And there you go. How are you not blue already?
I don't know.
All right. Oh, thank you, Jennifer. See, Jennifer had she had added it. Now, all right. Are there, everybody's earlier was talking about coronavirus. Do you have any in your area?
No. Everyone's been going mad buying toilet paper, though. I don't get that.
That's what Sonia said.
It's like, it's insane. We don't, it's kind of baffling that they're making that connection. Like, it hasn't been known that, it gives you stomach problems or anything. So,
Yes, Sonia said.
Yeah, it's a respiratory illness, as far as I understand, and
Sonia said
as far as I
understand,
it's kind of like a stronger strain of a common cold.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I posted something on my Facebook the other day that said, worst comes to worst and you're faced with your last day on Earth. Truth be told, toilet paper isn't the first thing you're going to go reaching for in the supermarket. You'd get all the things that you've wanted to get, really, that aren't on the shopping list, and forget everything that you do need. Because it's going to be your last day on Earth. Why not have a bit of a party?
Exactly. Well, good morning to Fort Fan. Good morning to you. Good morning to Fort Fan. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Ford Fan. Well, Sonia's from she's from Australia too,
Mm.
and she's got she got a bunch in her house. What did she say? 8. Her and her
Yeah.
husband, yeah. And I think, oh yeah, her husband, her father, and her 5 kids.
Mm-hmm.
But she did do a video on it's insane. She did one going through the supermarket, and she said,
Mm.
really, it's insane, you know. And she said
Yeah.
people are rude.
Yeah.
I guess they're scared, and you're more laid back. You're more laid back about it.
I mean, probably because I've been faced with all sorts of illnesses before. So, I mean, if I get, even any virus, not just the coronavirus, I'm just like, well, I'll deal with it if I've got it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think a lot of where people are starting to panic is basically with everything, the media hype. I
Yeah.
think the media has hyped it way out of control, and it's making people panic. People have got to realise that the news does that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I prayed about it. I said, Lord, whether the newscast is making it bigger
Mm,
than what it is, or if they're downplaying it any. Either
mm,
way, anybody that has it, I just pray over,
Mm-hmm.
because we really never know how bad something is, or like you said, what the media is doing with it. Now, when you guys had the fires, someone said they were people were taking older videos and making them like they were going on when you guys had all those fires broke
yeah,
out.
yeah. No, the fires were scary. Scary
Mm-hmm.
enough. They were actually most of them were real.
Mm-hmm.
Basically the whole of Australia was on fire.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Mm,
Yeah, and that's why I said, "Are you okay?" Because we didn't hear
yeah,
from you and Neville, and then Sonia.
yeah,
There you guys are 3 from there. Jennifer said she
yeah.
heard someone say people may be buying all the toilet paper because they've seen the people in China using it to make face masks.
Yeah.
I didn't think about that. I don't know. I wouldn't have thought about that, Jennifer.
There's been people that have been buying toilet paper because everyone's going mad buying toilet paper and stuff. There's been reports of a few people actually buying more toilet paper than they need and
Right.
selling it back out of their garage for more than it's worth.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
wow.
Yeah, I have seen some sites where a single roll of toilet paper is going, they're asking like $100 for a single roll of toilet paper. I mean, that's
Yeah,
just crazy, crazy insane.
yeah,
If you guys, all of you out there aren't connected, do that. Show love, because that's what, first and foremost, I believe that me and Traci want to always portray the love for everybody. And, we was talking about that this morning before we came on, that I feel blessed because of you guys.
mm,
And I guess this morning I thought, what do I put as the scripture? And it's, for it is God who works in you to will and to act in order to fulfill his good purpose. So, his
mm,
purpose, I think, in me, for me personally, is to spread love, just
Mm-hmm.
spread love and happiness. And Traci, what do you feel like your purpose is?
That's my purpose, is just to spread the word of our Lord and Savior, and to make people who maybe are shut in and have, because of a disability, are unable to drive, that they're not alone, that they have
mm.
someone they can reach out and talk to.
And what about you, Joel? What do you feel like your purpose is?
I was actually talking about this the other day, and my purpose, I believe, is to give back. Because, like I say, throughout my life, there's been countless amounts of people that have taken care of me when I've been ill, or things have happened that are connected to my disability.
Mhm.
If it wasn't for those people, I probably wouldn't be here today. So my purpose, I strongly believe that, is to give back.
And give, and I think you do. We
Mhm.
give
Well, that's
back,
why I
and
became a coach.
Good morning, Craig. Good morning to you. Good morning, Craig. Good morning to you.
so how do you coach? What kind of coaching?
I'm actually, strangely enough, this is where you and I are a little bit connected. We're both artistic. Um, so what I coach is basically life coaching, but I put a little bit of an artistic twist on it because basically I call myself an imagination coach because everything I do is connected to the imagination. Through your imagination, I help you manage your fears, your anxieties, your insecurities, basically
Mhm.
anything that you need help with in your life. I can connect to your imagination, and through your imagination, help you better get hold of everything in your life. So
Mhm.
that's basically what I'm doing at the moment. I've been working on a few different programs and stuff that I've been designing for my coaching and things like that. So interesting things happening.
Yeah,
Good.
because Norgus is my imagination. That's
Yeah,
how Norgus began, was because of imagination,
yeah,
and this is going to stay me. You
mm,
know,
Mhm.
even now everything's over. I don't have to hide behind a name
mm,
that's not my given name I was
mm,
born with, but one that a little girl in California thought up as her imaginary playmate.
yeah,
And I believe Norgus is my the imagination side, the artistic side, and I guess the silly and strong. All of
yeah.
those things I feel like um, I got by opening Norgus back up.
Mhm.
And we have Eli on.
Good morning, Eli family, 1983. Good morning, Eli family, 1983. I need to step away for a quick second. I'll be right back.
Okay. And Joe, what part of Australia, so I can put it on my map, do stick pin on my map?
It's Victoria.
Oh, I can find that one.
So it's the state of Victoria.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I live basically 3 hours away from, or two, around 3 hours away from Melbourne.
You guys joining? This is my friend Joel, and I think we've been connected. Oh my goodness, for months now.
Yeah,
I believe we met on Matt Kimball. Is that
yeah,
where? Yeah. And so I have been trying to work it out to where he could come on. And this morning I just sent the link out to him, and I'm glad that he was able to jump on here.
yeah. I
But
was gonna jump on last night, but as I said, I sent you a message, I think, saying that both my phone and my iPad were flat, so I had to charge both of them. So both my iPad and my phone are fully charged now. So
Traci, oh my goodness, we have a lot of people. Amber, Dorothy, Casey, Glenn, Heather, and my aunt Dorothy. Dorothy, I'm coming to see you today. You might want to run for the hills.
Good morning, Amber, Dorothy, Casey, Glenn, Heather. Good morning to you. Good morning, Amber, Dorothy, Casey, Glenn, Heather. Good morning to you.
Yay!
That was totally a different tune. I don't know where that came from.
You had to kind of work that in. And Casey is the one that I was at the doctor's office with Kevin, and we were sitting there listening to you, and she was sitting beside me. I used to work with her, and you said, "Yeah, when Darlene's on, I get in."
Good morning to Crystal. Good morning to you. Good morning to Crystal. Good morning to you.
Good morning. So, Joel, I know you've probably watched through Facebook because I've seen you on there, and you know that why I moved back in here.
Yeah.
Well, this really started in here with my laptop. And like you said, the imagination.
Yeah.
And
in connection with that, I was actually just saying the other day to someone that when you rearrange things in your life, it actually declutters your mind in a way and helps you, make a clear path for your creative side and also your resourceful side, because as we know, the imagination, it's basically at the core of what it is. It's creativity, but it's also the ability to be resourceful, which comes in handy. And this is where I come into things, where I say it works basically in every area of your life, because I believe that to be imaginative in your everyday life is to be resourceful, because you need to be resourceful basically with everything you do in your life in order to survive.
Right.
So.
Well, and see, Trace never thought she had imagination until we forced it upon her with the coloring of the what do you call them, Tracy?
Adult coloring book.
Yeah, they call them adult coloring books now. And but I told Tracy, you do have talent. I could not color in a coloring book, you guys. I never could. I can paint something, or I can take that picture and draw that from the coloring book and do okay. I guess I'm the type that don't want to stay within the lines. I guess that's it.
That's probably it with you. You really want to do your own thing. You don't want to stay.
You don't play by the rules.
Shh. There's people out there listening, Joel. Joel's telling my secrets. But Tracy, I come across that picture again, and that Tracy did. And I told Mama, I said, "Yep, Tracy caught my inner being, the inner steampunk person that I am." And I said, "Whoop, ain't she pretty?" And it's I made Tracy send it to me. I kept on. You send it to me, send it. And then I come across the 3 things that Derek painted for me. And then behind me, I still have the picture that
you painted.
No, this one.
Oh.
This is one that Lois sent me.
You can see little me behind you too, off to the side.
Yes, I forgot about that one. Yeah. So yes, this is actually the real me, and this is the real me, and then Norgus took over. So yeah, that's me, and hiding under my grandmama's hairdresser vanity thing. the angels that surrounded me during that time. So that's the little girl that I was. It took
Good.
a long time for me to do that, you guys. And when I did paint the little girl, I cried. I stood back, and it was weird. I stood back once I did that little girl, and I just, Lizz, where you at?
Good morning, LizzAnn and Sonia too. Good morning, LizzAnn and Sonia too.
But it was in the morning by myself, and when I put the last, I don't even really remember painting the little me. And when I stood back, I just bust out crying. I cried for that little girl. And then Casey told me, well, Mom, put the you now. But I didn't want to do that. I wanted it to be where that mirror busted, that's not me anymore. And it's you guys all helped. You might not think you did, but each and everybody that is on here right now and tunes in later, you guys helped that little girl in that picture. And Dwayne, which is Mothership Products, and some of the other people that used to come on Casey's prayer channel way before he separated it from his jewelry business. They saw me still hiding in the shadows. They saw me still beat down, just beat down. And then, I started this. And there's some subjects that I think that I shouldn't touch on when it's family, but I had a sister that told me, she said, it's your story. Tell your story. You have a place that you can tell your story. She said, don't hide it like I did. She said, you tell your story.
And the other reason it's good to tell our stories is because you never know who it's going to reach. So many people now with me, because I used to be the same, like I used to shy away from talking about my disability and everything else. But once I realised that maybe there was other people that were in situations that I was in, with maybe depression and anxiety problems and addictions and everything else that I've had, then I can help them through that. And again, that's another reason that I became a coach, because that's ultimately how I plan on giving back to people, to be able to help them out of a similar or the same hole that I was in once upon a time.
And I guess that's the same way with me, because like Traci said, I stayed in my room for so long and was so depressed, and you guys see me is coming out here bubbly and silly, and I am that way. That was me. And then to all of a sudden be out of work and depressed and hiding in my room, that wasn't what God wanted for me. Oh, thank you. All right, you guys, I've got to show a picture. This is my young'un. She just popped up this picture. I'm going to show it on big screen, Amber. Amber just started her job. Yay!
Yay, Amber! Woo woo!
Woo! Yay, Amber, my love. And again, about imagination. When I started my daycare, Joe, I got to be silly. I got to play. All that imagination was, I got a place to do it. Kid level.
Yeah.
And
that's the best level.
Yeah, and I loved it. And don't be nervous, Amber. Don't be nervous. We're there
You'll
with
be
you.
fine, Amber.
You're gonna be good. So then when I went to start at the conferencing center around a bunch of women, start with, I was like, oh my goodness, I was nervous about the technology. I was around a bunch of 18, 19-year-olds that were so easy, they were at ease with all the technical stuff. But I don't know, I was silly there too.
Good morning to Amber. Good morning to you.
Oh.
Good morning to Amber. Good morning to you.
I'm so sorry, Amber. But I didn't have any of my art stuff in here. It was like still my grandson's home away from home because they moved in and out so much. This room was used for that purpose. And then when I came out of work, I was asked to paint on a pregnant woman's stomach, and I forget the name of it, where the baby doesn't have a brain, or it has just very little of a brain activity. So I had to bring some of my art stuff in to do that. And then Casey come in here one day, he said, Mom, we're taking all of that out, talking about the bunk bed thing. He said, we're taking all that out. He said, we're going to make this your room. He said, we're going to make this your craft room, your art room. You need that, Mom. So we did that, but I started in the kitchen with the talks. And I was comfortable in there. So it took, I guess, my comfort zone for about a year in there. And I didn't even realize it. My son told me, he said, Mom, he said, I miss the you that you were. I said, what do you mean? He said, growing up, whenever you would paint, whenever you would create something, the look on your face when you would be doing it. I said, really? What did I look like? He said, just happy, Mom. He said, when I remember being a little kid and watching you painting t-shirts or making something, and he said, you just look so happy. There's my hubby.
Good morning to Kevin and the Walker family too. Good morning to Kevin and the Walker family too.
Thank you, Carol. There are people that can help you through that. But you guys, this is my husband. And Kevin, I want you to meet Joel Mahoney. He'll be on Facebook a lot of times. But you'll hear me call him my superhero because I forget people's YouTube names sometimes, but he's my superhero. And you guys, but my main superhero is this man right here. He can do anything. He can do anything. He can build anything. He can do anything. And he was the first person to make me feel beautiful. And that's not a vanity thing when I say that. He made me feel beautiful inside when I never felt like that because of how I was raised. So, here comes trouble.
Hey.
Good morning, LizzAnn. Good morning to you. Good morning, LizzAnn. Good morning to you.
Oh, thank you, Traci. Good morning, Traci. Good morning to you. Good morning, Traci. Good morning to you.
Thank
Good
you.
morning, Darlene. Good morning to you. Good morning, Darlene. Good morning to you. Good morning, Joel. Good morning to you. Good morning, Joel. Good morning to you. Good morning, everybody in the chat. Good morning to you. I'm not Traci, but I'll have to do.
Nobody understands how hard that is. but that's what this is, and that's what this is about. And Joel gets me, like he said, he really understands. Somehow he caught that inner part of me, and see, LizzAnn has that inner part too of creativity.
See, I'm an empath as well, so I
Yeah,
pick up on, the inner parts of people and their personalities and even insecurities and everything. So, I mean, as far as the art thing goes, I mean, that's where the connection is, because basically, like you were saying before, with the whole making yourself vulnerable with the picture that you just showed, it is a very vulnerable thing to do, because, like everything, I mean, people can be judgmental at the best of times, but
So true.
especially arty type folks, they, in my experience, can be more critical than normal people can be. Like, oh no, I don't like that piece of art. Or, I mean, I'm an abstract artist and I just do squiggles and colours. I'll just throw something together basically, and people go, oh, I don't like that. I don't know what it is. I go, it's not supposed to be anything. It's just colourful.
There
if
you
you
go.
if you go to LizzAnn's Facebook, or you go to some of her art, she told me she used to be held back by realistic
Yeah.
art. And so she told me, which, don't worry about the details, don't let the
No.
details hold you back. And so I had fun one morning. I just took paint that was almost dried, and I was just putting splotches, and next thing I know, I had flowers, and I'm like, okay. I started out with the yellow background, and you can't see the yellow background, and I had fun doing that.
Just let go.
Yeah. But my thing is, I get a feeling sometimes, I get the opposite feeling, Joel, about people. And I don't want to be judgmental. So I just try to not pass judgment, because, people, and especially God-fearing people, are some of the most judgmental people out there.
Unfortunately, that's true.
Yeah. So I have to stand back and let it happen. And or with my kids, I've told them before, I just don't know about them. And they,
Yeah, it's kind of like a pick your battles type thing. Like, you got to know when to just walk away from some people.
That's true.
Walker family said, I hope it will it people have my anxiety going wild by all the world is going to end stuff. I don't know. Well, because Walker family said, I'm over here stressing about this dang virus, and let it go.
Yeah.
You let it go. That's what we have to do.
It's something that, if you take the same precautions that you would normally take with the flu, for example, which is way more deadly, it kills so many more people every year. Take those same precautions. Wash your hands. Stay away from people when you don't feel well. Don't go to work whenever you have a cold or something like that. That's something that's contagious. You just use common sense. I mean, and it's not. Yes, it's serious, but it's not as bad as the media is making it out to be. The media is putting everybody in a panic, and it's too bad that they're doing that, because they're stirring up things that in such a way that it's going to cause a big problem. But I agree with taking precautions, and I agree that it's serious and we need to not ignore it and so forth. But use common sense and, don't, always wash your hands. You should do that anyway. I mean,
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
people just, well, it's easy to get people riled up.
Yeah.
It's
Thank you,
kind of like
Eli.
here during the hurricane season. I don't know about where you live, Darlene, so much because you're in the same situation as I'm in. We're in that Gulf Coast area, and when it's hurricane season, it's like the local news media gets the weather guys like, "Whoa, it's fun! It's a hurricane
Yeah.
coming!" And in his excitement about having something to be the front runner on the newscast, it's like they make a bigger deal out of things whenever they don't have to. They cause people to worry.
Yeah, and then
whenever they
once it's over, when it hit Panama City, I thought it was going to be Panama City beach side, and I thought my sister was going to be fine. She was on Gulf side. She got the hit.
Right.
And, they make a big deal. People go and help. But nobody knows. It's still devastation.
Yes.
Months and months after.
Yes.
Joel, this is what Sonia... Sonia said, yep, that's exactly right. Use common sense and don't overload on toilet paper, grocery shopping, and cause panic for others because I think they're going to starve to death.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's quite funny.
It's smart not to interact any more than you need to, and that sort of thing. And I understand that's probably what people are, why they're loading up on these things. But at the same time, you're preventing someone else from having the necessities of life too.
I mean, it's
a selfish society sometimes.
It's quite funny because Australians most of the time are pretty laid back about things like that. It's like, oh well, if the end of the world's coming, so be it, type thing. Overall we don't really panic about things, so it's just weird at the moment to see everyone going, oh no, like there's going to be a toilet paper shortage.
Well, y'all just went through all these fires, and that might have something to do with a different approach to this because there's, people felt like they weren't in control of their life. Fires are going to go where they're going to go. It's like the virus, it's going to go where it's going to go. But
Tracy, if you need to go,
you don't feel like you have control.
It's okay.
You try to control where you can, and that means buying extra supplies and things like that. And it's called being prepared, but they're just really pushing it too much.
Yeah.
I'm going to step off and I'll come back in the chat.
Love you.
Oh, hon, we love you.
Thanks. I'm just hurting today.
I'm so sorry, hon. I love you
It's
so
all right.
much. Been missing
Love you
guys.
too.
We've been missing you too. Are you in your new place?
You are so funny. I've got 43 years worth of items collected to go through before I could even consider any other options.
Well, where are you at right now? I don't recognize it.
I'm at my daughter's.
Oh, okay.
It's just a different. I put the setup on the table here. My only question is, I'm gonna have to switch back to where I normally am in just a little bit because my battery is not gonna hold out. I don't have it hooked up to the charger. So,
Eli, I will drop his link. There it is. Let me see.
In situations like this, you just want to say, okay, people, take a deep breath, calm down.
Well, it's like I said, coronavirus, why not buy Corona? Let's just buy Coronas and ride it out.
There you go. Kick back, relax.
Yeah, have a beer and relax.
Yeah.
I mean, and it, in case he'll tell me not to. All right, there it is, Eli. Casey was telling me, Mom, don't joke about it. And I said, I'm really not. Hi, Debbie. Debbie Crane. Kendall, thank you for joining. But I really don't. I'm not making fun.
Right. Right.
That
Me
is
either. I don't
just,
mean to do that either. You know.
that's just my way of, because he said, Mom, what if we're quarantined? He said, over in China, they're shutting people up in their houses. What if we're quarantined? And that was when at first they was talking about it. And I said, well, I don't know.
Yeah.
Eat Kit Kit first and then Bailey, maybe? He said, Mom, don't be joking. And I'm like, well, I said, I'm sorry. I said, I'm not watching it. Don't watch news, you guys.
Yeah.
I find relaxing. Like this morning, instead of putting on any kind of music, because sometimes I put on praise music, sometimes I put on that song, "I Am Woman" from, and I'm you guys,
Helen Reddy.
Sex in the City 2. The girls on there singing "I Am Woman."
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well,
Yes.
Helen Reddy is the one that was the pop star.
She did the original, and then I put them girls on, and I'm sitting there and I'm doing "I Am Strong," But this morning, there was just this stream that had oh my gosh, it was so relaxing. It was just the ocean. The moon showing, and it was a real live, the real sound of the ocean and the real video of it. And I'm just sitting there so chilled.
Yeah, that is a relaxing sound. Very calming. My brother used to like to go to the beach for that calming sound. Whenever,
Crystal says American media loves to cause panic. They want to be the first to report instead of getting the facts and then reporting. People are getting mixed information. Sonia, you crack me up sometimes. She said, I'm not making fun of it either. It concerns me because of my dad in particular. But I think we've all gone a little mad and haven't thought of the elderly who can only afford,
Right.
And of course, Sonia, Joel, is over there where you're at. Maybe not exactly in Sonia. He is in Victoria. And where are you? Which part are you in, Sonia?
Queensland, maybe?
What? Queens? I think I did write it down.
I don't know.
I think I did.
See, the funny thing about the coronavirus is here, we've just, as you said, we've had the bushfires and everything else. Everyone was like, to some degree they were panicking, but to me, this seems a lot worse. Nobody was running out buying supplies and stuff when basically the country was on fire.
Well, no, but
we didn't have that element of madness where everything was flying off the shelves. So it's just weird to think. I mean, during a bushfire is when you stock up on toilet paper because that's basically what's going to burn. It's paper.
Okay, Sonia says she's in Victoria too, the outer eastern suburbs, just out of Melbourne.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, see, I'm about 3 hours away from Melbourne.
Yeah.
But she's right. I didn't think about that. People on a pension, they have to buy their stuff once a month. And she said afford one item at a time because of their pensions, and toilet paper is an essential, same as sugar, rice, and pasta, and powdered milk. So if people are going buying it in bulk, then the people that have pensions, what do they do when they get their money? And if people are selling it out of their, garages or whatever and marking it way up.
Yeah.
Here we call that price gouging.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's against the law in the United States to price gouge.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, they do that in a lot of disaster situations, though.
Yeah,
Like
I don't.
plywood, for example, during the hurricane season and after an area's been hit, supplies go up in price,
Yeah.
and it's just not right. But it happens, unfortunately.
I don't think it's illegal here in Australia, but I think it's frowned upon.
Yeah.
But and you guys, I'll introduce again in case you missed it. I've been wanting to get Joe back on, and
It's
like
good to see him back. Good to see you, Joel.
yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
it's been a
telling
while.
him. I'm telling him, Liz, he's got to dye his hair green again. Wait, which side? Like this color. This color
That way we can
green.
Yeah.
that way we can recognize him again, huh?
Yeah, for St.
I've
Patrick.
got the hair dye. I've got the hair
His
dye. I
first
just haven't.
appearance was that I recall anyhow. He had green hair. That's true.
Yeah.
And I know. Look. Oh, thank you, Eli. He threw your link out there too, and Eli, as well as Liz's channel. Okay, yay! Tracy's back in chat. Good morning to Tracy. Good morning to you. I am not you, but I'll have to do. But Eli, if you can throw the other link, because LizzAnn has merchandise, and she has something for Tracy. Beautiful artwork. Well, it's a photo, your artwork, and it has Tracy. Just lived my life on that. And then she did when I do the Crazy Hat Friday, that logo, she did that for me. So there's cups or whatever. So she does stuff for me and Tracy on her merchandise. Elijah, busy.
And
Liz,
the proceeds go to Tracy and Darlene on that too. So.
Liz, you missed the whole tattoo. I forgot.
I saw it. I was watching. Yeah,
I tried.
I heard all about them.
I thought I had it all covered then, but yeah.
No, I missed seeing it. That's true. But I didn't see it on you, but I saw you talking about them and everything. But I did miss that. You're right.
Yeah, some I get until I go to the doctor, and they get to the nurse give me a shot, gets a giggling. I forget about that. But
I don't have any tattoos, but if that's what people want to do, that's their option. I'm not against them. I just personally don't choose to do that.
But you guys, and Joe, I know you get tired of me. There's my cousin Tabitha. You guys have this picking me up. She's on Facebook, and she's going to pick me up today.
Good morning,
we
Tabitha.
are going to see my uncle and my aunt. Now, my Aunt Dorothy popped in on. She popped in on Facebook. So yes, I'm going to see her, and that's why I said, Dorothy, you might want to run for the hills. I'm going to be coming down there to see you guys. Oh, thank you, Eli. Thank you. There's your TeeSping account.
I appreciate that.
But I do, look, I want to know, inquiring minds want to know, how did you ring the basket backwards?
Huh? What?
That is a secret that only I will ever know. I mean, it still baffles me. But, I mean, as far as things go with me, I've always had sort of a heightened intuition, I guess you could say. So things like that, even though, truthfully, I missed it a couple of times before I actually got it in.
But still, he is sitting backwards, and he rings the basketball goal. I can't do that. Never. I can't hit no basketball.
It takes practice.
Yeah. I mean, it's funny, but I've always found that I've been better at the trick shots than the normal shots.
Well, I tell
I used
people.
to love to play basketball.
Hey, Justin and Christina. Yay. I am so glad to see you guys back. How are you doing? How are you guys doing?
Dennis.
You and all your dogs. And good morning, Leticia. Good morning.
Good morning,
We do
everyone.
have Joel, which is Spiritual Superheroes Coaching. And we have LizzAnn, and Traci had to leave. Traci's not feeling good.
Yeah, I'm sorry that she's feeling bad.
And
I feel so bad for her.
I told her, I said, here lately, we've just been hit with all kind of stuff. But yesterday, you guys, when I ended this, I went in there and took me a nap. I asked Casey, okay, babe, you want to get started on the other side of the room? I'll do it. But, or I'll rest a little bit before I do it.
Yeah.
And he said, I'm not really into it right now. I said, well, okay. And me and my puppy, we slept. I slept the day away, you guys.
Yeah, I slept in yesterday. My daughter was home from work, and the kids were off yesterday, and so I slept in. I slept in till her doctor's appointment. Then I came over here and watched the kids.
And I mean, the night before, I had bad dreams.
Stuff to do for his dad. So, but anyway,
I had bad dreams the night before, but I slept so sound it looked like I had not even moved. The bed covers were just like perfect. So that means I didn't move much. And yesterday, when I crawled in bed and the puppy laid on me, and I fell right back to sleep and didn't move again. Could be that she weighs 50 pounds and I really can't move if she's laying on me. But, but Casey said, we'll get on the second half. So Tuesday, we should be doing Art Therapy Tuesday.
Good deal. Yeah, I understand about that weight thing on you, because I know Chica's small, but she weighs between 9 and 10 pounds, and 9 and 10 pounds gets heavy, whenever they're laying on you.
Yeah.
They get heavy. It gets hard to breathe. It's like, how in the world could that be such a big deal? So I guess, we don't stop and think about how much extra weight on our body can affect us. And that's a good little reminder, sometimes, that if you're carrying a little extra weight, like unfortunately I'm doing, it does affect your body. And so whenever the dog's laying on me, I'm thinking, I guess if I weighed 10 pounds more, that wouldn't be so good.
So, Joel, do you guys have daylight savings time too?
Yeah, daylight savings is just finished, actually. I think.
I just see that Sonia, she says it always stuffs her up for at least a couple of days. Yeah.
You're in the fall there, aren't you?
Yeah.
Fall. Autumn.
Yeah. Summer's just finished. But still, most of the time, autumn is hotter than summer here. We get the couple of weeks after summer that gets boiling hot, and then it sort of dies down into winter and stuff like that.
See, I forget, you guys are opposite, because you guys, aren't you in your winter time now or summertime?
Autumn. They're in autumn.
Autumn.
Yeah. Summer's just finished.
So
and then they'll go into winter, which will land in our summertime. So.
See.
As the Earth is tilting towards the sun for us, it's moving back for them. So.
See, I just get confused about all that.
Spring here.
I get confused. But look, it doesn't take
the Southern Hemisphere is just the opposite of us.
Yeah.
Because they're down under, so.
During what we call, during December here, in our portion of the world, it's cooler. In their portion of the world, that's summer.
So when you guys put up Christmas trees, that's going to be weird. Like you guys putting up Christmas trees in the summertime.
No, it's not weird to them.
Yeah.
It's just weird to us.
Yeah, it's like,
But actually, in the South, it's
I mean,
kind of
it's
weird because
when you think about it, it's a bit of a fire hazard
Uh,
that's a good point.
with the lights and everything else.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna buy stick pins today because I got a lot of stick pins to do. I gotta have them to where they bling.
Are you gonna have a stick pin with a flag on it with each person's name, or just a stick pin?
Just the stick pins because some people like live in. Oh my goodness, it's such a little spot. You don't think about like where Traci lives and where Pixie Chick
Destiny?
lives. Yeah, so that's I'd have like a couple, and then Florida there'd be some, and of course Australia is big, so I can put stick pins in different places on that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Sonia says she's never had a white Christmas.
I don't think I have either. So it's come
Look,
close. Came
My,
close.
my sister had one in Panama
December
City one
23rd.
time. It had been 75 years since it had snow.
Mm-hmm.
And it was no big deal because when she went to the beach to show the snow, it was like, okay.
It was just like seeing their white sand.
Yeah, their sand's white. So I'm like, okay. And it looks different. Why? But they were excited about it.
I'm
And
going
I
to
don't.
change places and plug in my charger real quick. So I'm going to take the video off so y'all don't get dizzy.
Okay, I love you.
I'm still here.
Oh. So yeah, I don't know if it snowed there since. I just don't know. Sonia says, I hate when I would live in your summer and live in my own summer. Pretend winter doesn't exist. So how cold does it get, say, in your guys' winter?
Anywhere from in the morning 6-7 degrees in winter. That's Celsius. About 6-7 degrees Celsius. It's probably the lowest. And a high temperature would be about 12 to 15, I suppose, in winter.
I'm trying to do the calculation of Celsius from. Let me see if it's in here. The difference. Might not have. There's something I have that that shows the difference. Does anybody know what the difference between Celsius and Fahrenheit is? But I'm so glad. I am so glad that you was able to come on. And I know it's look, sometimes I just tell Sonia go to bed. Because when her kids are in school and she's up and I know it's late for her being up. And she has to put the chickens up and stuff like that. And I tell her, go to bed, go to sleep. You got to get up early in the morning.
So 6 degrees is 42 degrees Fahrenheit.
Oh, one moment, you guys. One moment.
was wondering whether I had them the other day. Keep finding crusty things in my hair.
Okay. Got reset up here.
Okay. I took that. It was my cousin. So my uncle's not doing well, and he doesn't feel up to company. And he
So
didn't.
you're not going?
He didn't want me to be mad. I said no. I had a feeling. I just had a feeling that. I told Keith, and I said, I just have a feeling. I don't know if I need to go or not. And I think I told Traci, but I told her, I said, well, come by me and you'll go to McDonald's. So I'll get to visit with her. So,
Good.
I mean, you know, when somebody is on chemo medicines,
Oh, yeah.
of course they have their times they don't feel like.
Yeah, sometimes you just don't want company because you just don't feel up to it. Yeah.
And me and Tabitha together are loud. Very loud and rambunctious.
I can imagine.
Thank you, Crystal. Crystal gave me the equation Celsius to Fahrenheit.
But my breakfast just got here. So kids are out of school this week, so I'm babysitting. I'm still here, but I'm going to be eating my breakfast while listening.
Joel, Rosie's closet.
Mm.
If you ever go to hers, she and her son will. He's now Rosie. I mean, how do I put it, Crystal? He's on the spectrum. Now, does he has I can't hardly say the word Asperger's, or does he have the other? But either way, she gives a talk. Sometimes she and him both will be on at the same time, and he will explain what he has. And, you know, I don't see it as a disability when I watch him. Because, you know, I just see him as him. In the same way with you, Joel, I just see you as you.
Yeah. And that's the way it is. Like I was saying before, you know, a lot of what it is society. Society is the one that puts all these doubts and stuff. I mean, they're the ones that doubt whether we're capable of doing things. So, I mean, over time, you know, it does make some people question their abilities when, you know, you're told so many times that you can't. But, I mean, I like to do things out of spite. Just to show people that I can.
Well, we have a young man at our Kroger store. I can't, Sonia, it's hard. Autism, and then Asperger's. It's hard for me to pronounce that word. But Sonia, some of her children have that, and I told her, go to Rosie's closet and watch some of her videos. But we have a young man. I call him a young man. He works at our Kroger store. And good morning, Dee Dee. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you. That's Laura Beth. And today's my. I just popped up. Today's my daughter's birthday. Brandy, my oldest daughter. I'm gonna have to call her and tell her happy birthday. They no longer diagnose Asperger's. It's all considered autism now.
Yeah.
So, but yes, I love to watch her son. The intelligence. People just, I don't know why they think that when you say autism, that they can't talk or associate with anybody, but there's so many things of that. But the young man at the store, he has Down syndrome. And he's been working there ever since I guess he could work. And his sister went to school with my daughter, so I talked to him all the time. I used to see his mom and dad all the time at the football games and him. And he told me, he said, I'm a coach now. I said, what? He said, I got to go to Auburn University when they had the playoff because I'm a coach now. So they've let him be an honorary coach at the high school where my daughter graduated. And he loves, he'd be at every football game. And he just has, he has an amazing personality. He does. All right, so Sonia said her kids are classified as high-functioning autistic, which means they speak and function somewhat okay in public settings. So, okay, so this delusion dispeller, she said hers can add numbers in his head super lightning fast. Oh, hello, Ronald. Ronaldo. I'm so sorry. Ronaldo. I misspelled your name. I mean, I pronounced it wrong. But thank you. Thank you for coming in. Yeah, today is like the scripture going across. You know, what's your purpose? What are you living your purpose? Did I know 10 years ago? Oh, Ronnie. Okay. Did I know 5 years ago that I'd be sitting here talking to people in front of a camera? No. Oh, no. I would have told you I don't think so. I don't like how I sound. I don't like hearing myself talk. I don't like how I sound. But I really. And then one of the first lives that I was in here and piddling around in here, and somebody come on and they said, your voice really annoys me. And I looked at that. I said, oh, my voice annoys you? I said, oh my gosh, I got my first troll. And I was so over the top. I felt like, I said, I'm bona fide. I got so excited and clapped. And I was so excited. I said, oh my God, I got my first troll. You are my first troll. They left. They were like, I just thought I was annoyed. But now I'm really annoyed by that woman's voice. Listen to that.
And what, but I've always said it as well. What happens with trolls if they don't get the desired result? They're not getting it. So their desired result is to basically get an annoyance out of you, get you to be annoyed in some way. So if they're not getting that, then they're just going to leave, which
unless they're being
ultimately leaves us with a win.
Unless they're being nasty, like cussing or being vulgar nasty, yes, I will ban them. But delusion dispeller says her purpose is to help victims of abuse, especially narcissistic abuse, to realize, number one, yes, they really did say and do that. Number two, no, it wasn't your fault. And number three, we believe you. And number four, there is help and hope.
Yeah.
So that is, and look, Casey gets me all the time because I'll say, oh, we have delusional dispeller on. He'll say, Mom. It is delusion dispeller, not delusional. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Poor girl.
But yeah, if you know, Joel, if you ever want to watch, she will explain the difference between a narcissist and all the other personalities. So, oh, you guys, I have a big joy thing to tell. You guys know that Denise's, which she's usually in here, but she's at the doctor, Denise Caines, her husband had his back surgery. He drove her to the doctor today. How is that?
That's awesome.
He just had his surgery and he is driving. So
That's fantastic.
I mean, that is amazing. Dee Dee, I'm sorry, Laura Beth. I know, she said, I know I am far from delusional. Oh my God. She said it doesn't bother anymore. Look, I can't even always remember all of Joel's spiritual superheroes coaching. I just always call him my superhero. So I'm sure he's used to that by now. He's used to.
Sometimes we just see a word and pick up on it and you know, say it incorrectly, not on purpose. It just kind of happens that way. It's not one of those things that you set out to do, and then you get in the habit, and then it's like, I can't get and do this.
Oh, who else is it that sometimes when he comes in here, and I love him to death, Stillwinter Nation.
Oh yeah.
I mess up and I'll say, "Hey, Stillwater Nation," because
I have that habit too. When I
yeah,
think of that.
Because you know, I think because Super Dave would call him that, and so that's where I met him.
Mm-hmm.
And well, all right. Laura Beth said Marissa does it purposely. She loves teasing me.
That's funny.
But yeah, so you know, our purpose here is to be acceptance. You know,
Yeah.
you know, when I had to go to court and I had a judge say nothing, you know, he just tried to say nothing was wrong with me and looked at me like I was this, I don't know, freeloading, lazy woman, made me really feel like I was nothing. You know,
Yeah. It's funny how people can do that to us so easily.
yeah, but, and yeah, he made me cry. I hated that. I hated that man, even though it was telephonic, like what we're doing now, like this, talked so ugly. I mean, not cussing.
Yeah.
But talked
Just was
so
cruel.
Yeah. I mean, I was snotting crying. I will not even lie. And I come out of there and the lawyer said, don't worry about it. And I'm like, and you know, in my head, I just talked to God in my head and just sit there. And I said, just let him see me. And it's like the more I said that, the more hateful he got. So I really think that he was just not a nice person. Not a nice person. Delusion
it's
says
unfortunate that. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I thought you had stopped, and I apologize.
okay, so Laura Beth said, but the name Delusion Dispeller came from my original YouTube name, choice of Disillusionment Dispeller. I just felt it was too long to type in an email, so because of what I do is to dispel delusions. And she started hers in 2009.
Oh, wow.
But anyway, what was you going to say about the judge?
I was just going to say that it's unfortunate that they reach a point where they have seen so much that it taints them. It just it changes how they look at the world in general, and they begin to see everyone, you know, as scum of the earth, unfortunately. You know, these judges have so much that come through their system that I'm not trying to justify anything the man said.
I know.
I'm just saying, unfortunately, it's turned him into this. You know,
And
that's sad. That's
and
really
well,
sad.
he was angry because he got overridden by the appeals court, and it plainly said he made a mistake. So that really made him angry.
Yeah.
But see, the thing of it is, they have the X-rays. They see what you guys can't see.
Correct.
From my neck all the way to my feet. You know, I've had everything X-rayed, and it shows every intensity of arthritis and rheumatoid, osteo, fibro, all those rows and whatever knots, and you know, they don't show because you guys make me so happy. You guys make me happy. And I don't think it's very often the pain shows. But sometimes it does, because I've had Traci tell me, you need to stop. Or Casey will walk in the kitchen in there, and he would say, "Mom, stop."
Yeah.
Because he would see a look, or he would see me start moving.
Yeah. Your posture or your
But you know,
body language.
So, all right, where did the name Norgus come from? Imagination. See, my imaginary playmate when I was in California. Hey, there was 6 of us kids, and I was number 4.
Yeah.
I was
You're
number
kind of the
4,
middle.
so
Kind of in the middle.
yeah. So I had my little playmate to talk to. So see, Dee Dee said she don't see pain. She don't see the pain in me.
Yeah.
And girl, it's like I'm sucking the energy out of you guys. It's like you guys just don't know it. If you feel drained after watching me, it's because I am taking everything from you guys.
y'all are recharging her, huh? We're all recharging you.
But yes, I had my little imaginary playmate, and I named her Norgus, and never heard that name. Don't know where it come from. It just came from my imagination, and that's why I think Joel, when I come across my superhero and watch a couple of his videos and touch base with him, I'm like, wow, you know, he's amazing. And what did you say? It was my imagination that got you. But hey, we are a group of superhero women. You guys just don't know. I mean, I have a bionic neck. Traci has a bionic butt that she has to charge up. Hey, if you have to put something into the electrical outlet that's in your body, man, you are a superhero.
Exactly.
Superhero. And then there's those that yeah, and I do that too, Diddy, the lower back. Casey, right now I'm in the kitchen chair, so I'll be up a little bit higher. And Casey told me, "Mom, here's your ladder." So my feet are steady. Yeah, walking up and down the little ladder. I move my feet. Yeah, Traci's talked about her bionic butt. She had to get that thing charged up this morning. And then, you know, I have stuff in my stomach. You know, we've got pins and everything, and you know, so it's how you wear it. I think it's attitude.
It is. Like,
Yeah, I think
I
so.
mean, a lot of the reason that I call myself a superhero is because of, basically it's the strength to overcome any sort of adversity, is the way I see it.
It's a good point.
Yeah. Now with me, I feel for those like my son that have whatever to where they can't. There's times he can't go out in public. I just know it.
Yeah, anxiety issues.
Yeah. And I'll tell him, well, if you just drive me, I'll go in.
Mm-hmm.
If somebody is, yes, see, she has a spinal cord. She's talked about it before. That's why I knew I could. Spinal cord stimulator implanted in her butt. Yes. So see,
Wow.
so she's bionic. But when it's up here and people can't, there's no X-ray.
Mm-hmm.
There's no X-ray for somebody. And when it's up here and they don't want to leave their home and, their anxieties and, or not wanting to go in a small store like the Dollar Tree because it's too small. And he don't like closed in places. He don't like people invading his space.
Thing.
Yeah. And as the older he gets, the worse, the worse it gets. And that's why he started working from home. But even then, that messed with his anxieties because, like he said, if he ever heard something bump in the other room, it freaked him out thinking I had fell in the floor. He's had to pick me up out of the floor. He's had to ease me down in the floor because of whatever is wrong up here. And you see, Crystal said that's my son too. His anxiety is very high sometimes. He won't even come on live with me because he just can't handle it. And Casey is a reverend. That's what he's. There's sometimes you guys know he won't do Porch Church sometimes because he just can't. His anxieties just won't let him. And he may be in his room for a few days. And, my husband said, well, have you seen Casey? Has he been out of his room? I said, well, it's just, I understand. I understand it. Sometimes the best conversations with me and him is in the car. So he said, when we get cell phones, when we can afford cell phones, he said, Mom, we're going to have our talks on air. So you guys, I don't have tea today. So I'm drinking more water. And Traci says she has an autoimmune disease called reflex sympathetic dystrophy, or RSD.
Wow.
I didn't know if you even knew that, LizzAnn. That's what it's called.
I've heard her say RSD, but I didn't know what it stood for.
When I was at the doctor's, yes, I'm making coffee, Sonia. I have my Keurig sitting here. Yes, my husband brought the Keurig from across the street, and I keep them in this antique cigar box.
That's cool.
This was MawMaw's dad, so if she's about to be 80, and yeah, so this is probably from around 1914. Isn't that cool?
That's awesome.
So yeah, that's where my little things are going. I'm probably no telling what I'm ingesting. I just kind of blow them off sometimes. I'm like, okay. But we did kid about that, and I said, well, I need a Keurig. I got to have my coffee. But okay, so this is what
Y'all set up.
Dee Dee. See, look, Sonia, I'm gonna be doing my coffee, and you got to remember you're short on toilet paper, honey. So I'm not gonna stop my coffee for you, chick. So this is what it means. Often burning type. Tenderness, swelling of an extremity associated with varying degrees of sweating, warmth, and or coolness, flushing, discoloration, and shiny skin.
And we've seen that happen.
So
having problems going from one end to the other with the heat and cold in the same 5 minutes.
So when I was in the rheumatology, when I was there watching this thing, and it talked about pain from 1 to 10, and it showed where most people are with rheumatoid flare up. Well, RSD was at the very number 10.
Wow.
It said they rarely go under 10 pain. So that's something they have to live with every day. So you guys, just so you know, Traci, when she comes on and sings in the morning to everybody, she's always in pain.
Yeah.
And there's Will.
Leg.
Good morning, Will. Good morning.
Between the RSD and her leg.
Yeah.
You know.
So yes, that is Sonia. Sonia says she's going to open a P.O. box, Joel, just so people can send her toilet paper. Well, wait, if we do that for you, we got to do it for Joel, too. And he's in a room full of women. I mean, he's in a house full of...
I think they can only put about 2 rolls of toilet paper in one of those post office boxes.
Will said, spiritual superhero, and his name's Joel, Will. Darlene and LizzAnn, hello. Good morning.
If you grab the end of a roll of toilet paper and fling it, it goes pretty far.
That's true.
Crystal says that her son has EDS and he is always in pain too. But yeah, I can't imagine it either. Dee Dee says something about, all right, her left foot goes from burning to icy cold, and sometimes my back gets really bad, especially after my workout. See, I don't do workouts. Yeah, I do the my feet will get to where they feel like they're on fire. So good morning, Perla. Good morning. Perla, we have Joel on the panel, and I often call him my superhero. So now you get to see who my superhero is. You live in a group of women. He lives in all women. Even the animals are female. And here he is, hearing a bunch of other women. So see, that's why you're so comfortable. You're so comfortable.
Yeah, I'm just like, I mean, I've always said that's a big reason as to why I'm like I am, because I've actually been around not only women, but strong women my whole life.
Awesome.
So I'm comfortable around women. I actually find it more awkward to talk to men a lot of the time, funny enough.
Well, you know, like I told Traci, I said, we do have quite a few men that come in, and I said, I think it's a time that men do need to see that women can be women and not have to behave like so many that you see on YouTube. That we can be ladies.
Yeah.
Now, sometimes I can say things and not realize until, look at Liz laughing, and I will be totally unaware of what I've done, said, or done. And Liz will have to say, don't do that again. And I'll be like, huh? What did I do? And I go back and watch, and I'm like, oh, is that what I? Oh no, yeah, no, I won't do that no more. Crystal says it's all boys here at my house. She's the only female.
Oh boy.
But okay, Will says he's stocking up tomorrow on TP and paper towels and canned goods. I'm just saying. Dee Dee said, or the females that are sinister. Yeah. So there's all types. And when people come in and they said, oh, so you're a Christian channel. Is that what you believe? And I'm like, I'm thinking, okay, you can't come in here and not know or watch any of the videos and really not know what I'm about or go to my about page. So I'm just like, yeah. And if they stay, they stay. If they don't, that's okay too. Because, like Sandy said one day when somebody kind of got out of hand and she spoke up real quick, she said, it is a wide space. You don't like to hear, go somewhere else. She said, that's all I'm going to say because it's your channel. I'm on your channel. I can say it on my channel. But yeah, Sandy was very defensive for me. And, all right, Sonia said 4 girls, 3 boys. Her household, but I grew up as the only girl out of 7 foster kids. Wow. See, we were 3 and 3 girls and 3 boys. So, So what about you?
I was the oldest of 2, and there were 12 and a half years between us. And my younger sibling was my brother. So, yeah.
And how many did you grow up with, Joel?
My sister, there's only 2 of us that I've grown up with. I've got 1 sister, but now later on, Mum remarried. I've got a stepbrother and a stepsister, and they're a little bit younger than me. But yeah, I've got 1 stepbrother, but he sort of lives a little bit far away from me now. He's sort of flown the nest.
Yeah.
Doing his own thing.
You're like my kid's age, except Casey's 30, but he's more mature than the girls. He just turned 30. Well, he'll be 30 in 31 in May. So let me do the math. My other middle daughter will be 35, 36, 37, 38. Ooh, I told my oldest, my stepdaughter on here, I said, not knocking on 40's door. She don't want to hear that she's going to be 40. And hey, do I want to say I have a 40-year-old kid? But that's okay.
Well, I completely understand.
I think I'm on the way of being a great grandma. Oldest granddaughter's 21.
Well, there you go.
So, and married. So I can be a great grandma, but that's okay too. All right. Rosie's Closet, which is Crystal, says, she's going to stock up on chocolate. Yeah, girl. Yeah, you all can be stuck in your house surrounded by toilet paper. I'll be surrounded by chocolate. Girl, you've got that. And hey, with me, if I have to.
That's a state of preparedness, that's for sure.
Oh, Sonia saw her granddaughter today and grandson. My granddaughter's got foot, mouth, and hand.
Oh, yeah, that.
Casey had that before. That's awful.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't know what was wrong with them. Good morning, Josie. Good morning to Josie. Good morning to you. Good morning to Josie. Good morning to you. Sonia said she'll send you chocolate if you send her toilet paper. Okay, you guys, I want to show what I got from my Josie. Because I entered her.
Huh? Traci, excuse me, is Casey doing
Yeah.
Porch Church today?
Yeah, Casey's doing it today. I need to go check on them. So I got this beautiful. Good morning, Joy. Good morning. I got this beautiful bracelet from Josie because I did I sent her an essay. It was weird. I've never really done an essay, so I just threw all the words that made me think of her. So it has the infinity. Let me see if you guys can see it. All right, the infinity there on each of it, and it's inscribed in the middle. It says, "A true friendship is a journey without an end." I love it, Joe.
Yeah.
I love it.
That's really nice.
I love it, and I love the message on it. I really do. And Joe is just my silly partner. When it's ever just me and her on here, we just get silly, and we both know.
It's lookout world to me. I don't know.
It's like we don't know who's going to talk the most.
When I'm on there, but I think here comes trouble when I see you two on there.
Marie's not feeling good. Marie said, "Good morning, everyone. I come home from taking baby girl to school. Went to sleep, still not feeling good. Still having your headaches, Marie?" Joe, you know, they say your mind is the devil's playground. Mine scares him away. I mean, I think he's too scared to get, even Dwayne one time.
He doesn't want to tangle with that three-legged hamster.
Yeah, one time Dwayne said he got in Lizz's head, and then he knows he's in Traci's. I said, "What about my head? You ever get in my head?" He said, "No, that is very scary. I would be too scared." So,
really depends, though. It might very well be the devil's playground, your mind, but I mean, it depends what kind of mindset you're in, because
there you go.
Well, mine, for example, mine probably is, I'd say, a lot of the time, but that's only because I'm thinking so much and everything's going on. If I was to draw a picture of my mind, it would look something like people rioting and, people stealing TVs. You know how you see those movies where people are stealing TVs and stuff out of shop windows? It'd be like people running around and things like that. Yeah, looting. My mind is full of looters.
and somebody said, I have a room full of knickknacks. They love my knickknacks, and that's kind of my head is full of knickknacks. I'm full of knickknacks.
But
I don't know what
that's where the best. Often that's where the best ideas come from, is the dark places in our mind. When we, like, for example, depression, anxiety, if you can harness those to actually to create. You mentioned before that your son, has his anxiety problems and stuff like that. If he could, draw and stuff, even while he's having these anxiety attacks and whatnot, you create the most magical stuff when you're in those frames of mind, because it's like, well, basically it's what people need. They need to be able to switch off what's going on in their rational, everyday mind, to be able to tick over to their subconscious, which is basically where your creativity comes from.
Right.
And just power down for a moment. You're still actively doing something, but a lot of the time when you're creating from a subconscious place, and you don't even realize what you're creating. Like you said with the drawing before, it sort of took you to a different place, and you cried at the end result, because it does. It takes you to that different place in your mind, but it gives you the necessary rest that your mind needs, because it does take you to that place in your subconscious.
And, because they would have probably, back in the day, they had done the whole ADHD or whatever, and they also have adult attention deficit something. We were watching TV one day when we all would watch TV in the same room, and the commercial come on about adult ADH whatever for adults, and it showed this woman sitting there, and she was like in a boardroom, and they were talking, and she's sitting there, and she's thinking, did I cut the coffee pot off? Then she's thinking something else. Then she's thinking something else. And I forget what else it showed. And afterward, MawMaw looked at me. She said, I'm not saying this to be funny or to be ugly, but that's what you do. And I said, I know I do. I can't help it, because she says I can have 3 conversations going at one time, stop one in mid-sentence and talk about another one, and then come back and finish what I was saying. So I've been told it's hard to follow me sometimes.
See, and that's why a lot of people get addicted to the internet too, because what do you end up doing on the internet? You click on one thing to go to one page, you end up on another page, and then another page, and then another page. Our minds naturally are designed to do that anyway. So when we're on the internet, our minds don't have to do it, and we do it automatically. So it's natural that we're going to get addicted to it, because it's something that does it for us.
Yeah,
and I never
with our train of thought.
I never got diagnosed with it, because I'm like, I got enough going against me. I got enough things, But I did have somebody once upon a time on my panel that in mid-sentence just flat said, I can't handle that. I said, handle what? You stop one thing and start another. You need to finish one thing. And I'm like, but, there's MawMaw.
Oh my God.
Well, MawMaw, you're not seen but a couple. All right,
Hi,
wait.
MawMaw.
All right. Now, we can't see you, MawMaw.
Get on
Woo!
through.
All right, I won't let your butt be seen.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Check on Casey. Just ask Casey, is he going to do Bible study today? But yeah, they flat told me, I just can't handle that. I guess he might. I think that person might have had when everything has to be a certain way, huh?
Anal issues.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
to stop me in mid-sentence, and I'm like, okay. And that's when Dwayne started saying I had a hamster running around in my head, a 3-legged hamster. And
Well,
I do.
You just got to say, hang on and keep up. That's all I can say.
I do. But that's who I am. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys, Casey didn't answer, and his room is dark, and he don't have it set up. So, Traci said, good morning, MawMaw. Everybody saying good morning, MawMaw.
Yes, good morning, MawMaw.
But thank you, Joe. Oh, yeah, OCD, yes. But OCD really didn't explain. It was more kind of anal retention. Isn't that what you said, LizzAnn?
Yeah.
And,
anal and OCD is very close.
but it's like, I am who I am. Whether I'm sick in bed and I come on looking like crap, and everybody did say, they said, well, you do look like crap. And I said, I know, and I feel like crap. Or I'm sitting here that I did take time to put on makeup and stuff like that. I'm still who I am.
Right.
So if you have ever like been a regular on the panel and what, you know, you either know what you're going to get or not know what you're going to get day to day, or you just go somewhere. I mean,
You can
can't
expect the unexpected.
Yeah, and you know that's why it's good to have a little roly thing. And how is it we can see names now?
I don't know, but I like it.
But I'm
I
glad
was noticing that yesterday too.
because now I can look at you and,
Oh, yeah,
say,
yeah.
LizzAnn.
Now you can cheat because we have name tags.
Yeah, and Misha knows. I've talked to Misha. We've done a FaceTime, you know,
Yeah.
and thank you. I'm glad. Sonia says she always sleeps better after she goes pees every time that I drink a cup of coffee. I mean, does your husband ever ask you, why are you going to the bathroom so much? You know we don't have much toilet paper. You had to buy paper towels. Well, Norcus keeps making coffee. Every time she makes a pot of coffee, I have to go. Thank goodness you don't have an outhouse. Because, you know, you'd have to go to that house over and over. They used Sears and Roebucks back then. They didn't have to worry about toilet paper. Sonia, have you looked in the aisle for the coffee filters? If there's coffee filters, use those. Use those. I've used those. And that's why when I ran out of a coffee filter one time, I went next door and asked my friend, I said, can I borrow some coffee filters? She said, sure. I said, I know. I ran out of toilet paper and I used our coffee filters. So, I mean, I did.
I have never heard of that before today.
But it's not as good, but it worked. The kids saw coffee filters in the bathroom. They weren't surprised.
Yeah, well, that would clog the drain.
I mean, hey, I know how to improvise, you guys. I know how to improvise.
Oh, boy.
That's because you're creative.
See? I see things different.
Everyone that's creative does. That's part of.
I do too, but I just
That's part of the
hadn't thought about
imagination.
that. I don't drink coffee in.
Oh
So
wow!
I
Then
don't think
you're
about
up you're up Poop Creek without a paddle.
Well, I have cold caffeine.
Joe said the crazy people buying out all the toilet paper because of this fire. Yeah, and Joel, like Joel said, if you're that sick, is that going to be the last thing on your mind? I think I want to go out and buy some toilet paper. Like he said, it's not going to be his last thought.
Well, I think part of it is people don't want to have to get out of their house any more than necessary to intermingle with other people who might have, if not that particular illness going around, something else. I mean, which sets you up to be vulnerable to other things. You know.
Yeah.
The immune system's trying to deal with one thing.
It might be a while before Casey will go in Kroger with me because last time we went in there, this woman, I didn't see it. I was more concerned about all the perfume and cologne that was going on around me. I was thinking,
I can't handle that stuff.
I'm wondering, because it's usually not that bad, and I'm wondering, wait, if they got this kind of, do they feel like if they spray that all over them, that they're not going to get sick? But I was really getting a headache smelling all that. When Casey was ready to go, his eyes was big. I'm ready to go. We got out in the car, and he said on the self checkout, this woman sneezed, and he saw her spit hit the screen. So he was ready to go. And when his eyes get big like this, look, when his eyes do this, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go now. I'm like, okay, yeah. So, oh, Sonia. But yeah, he won't buy medicine like in Kroger. He does not want to be in line with sick people. So when it's flu season or it's something like that, Casey don't want to leave the house. And I know he's like that, and that's okay. I understand. And that's the whole part of how you live in a family of 4. And you have to understand each other's oddities.
Right.
Things that like what MawMaw can't do, her and what Keithan is limited to, and then me and Casey has a lot of the mental stuff that I understand when he withdraws. So
Keithan's back.
you know, he, at least now I hear that when he's in his room, he is watching videos of preachers. He has his favorite ones. And the other day he said, "Oh, I gotta go. So and so's on." I said, "Okay." And he also, feels bad about the ones that put out false information.
Yeah.
The ones that are doing more damage than good under the guise of being a Christian or,
Right. The false teachers.
We're going to get through the coronavirus because there's always another one. Bird flu, there's always another. But the very main thing that anybody's ever going to remember when coronavirus is gone is toilet paper. There's going to be t-shirts made with the roll of toilet paper that says, "I survived coronavirus." And if there's not one, well, my friend right here can make one and design it. Send me the design and I can wear it. Get working on that for real.
All right, gotcha.
I'm serious, because now I'm going to go right down there to that woman that does those shirts, and I'm going to say, "I want this t-shirt." And when I'm out in public, people might get mad. They might get mad at me if they say it's not funny, and I'll say, "Well, it's really not. But life, you have to live life to the fullest." And I'm going to say, and my spiritual superhero coach says it's okay. And that's what I'm going to tell him. And I'm going to tell him he's from Australia. And them folks done bought up all the toilet paper on that island. And oh, Sonia. Oh, the Asiatic flu.
Yeah.
Do you remember in the 70s, I think it was the swine flu? Do you remember that
right.
one?
Yeah, yeah.
That one killed a lot of people.
Yeah.
And that was in the 70s, because I remember being...
the American Legion Convention was hit hard with the flu. I can't remember what it was called. Back
Crystal...
in the 70s.
All right, Crystal just shared. All right, let me share. Crystal, protect themselves against coronavirus.
Oh, there
my.
you go. Yeah.
Well, I know one thing, Crystal, that we won't be seeing is people, the young kids TPing houses. You remember how that was a thing? I don't know if it still is.
Oh, I think it is still the thing. It used to be if you got your house TP'd, they didn't like you, but supposedly more recently maybe it's gone past that now that if you get your house TP'd, they do like you.
Well, they would do it at the school.
Excuse me?
Seniors would do it at the school. So they would go in, the juniors would mess up whatever the seniors did and mess up their banner, do the toilet paper thing. So I went to the, not the principal, but over the principal. And I said, look, you know how these kids do the toilet paper thing, but then the next day they clean it up. I said, is it okay? Because my daughter's wants to be in on it and I don't want her to get in trouble. He said, yeah, as long as they don't get hurt, as long as they don't get on the top of the building.
Yeah.
It's okay. That's the thing that they do. So I let her do it. You know, it's midnight. They're doing their thing. And she was in school the next morning. But the senior year, some of them got on top of the school and a guy fell through he fell through the skylight.
Oh, no.
He was a football player. He hit his head. It didn't hurt him, but still, it could have.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't know if they still do it. Did I tell her dad that she was out at 12 o'clock running wild with toilet paper around the high school? No. He was driving a truck. They were all good kids. Sonia!
Just a little mischief going on, huh?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, I did not know that. Joyce said the symptoms, because the symptoms are diarrhea, the nurses in China were wearing diapers. She said, I'm just doing normal wash hand sanitizer. Oh, my goodness. See, I didn't know that.
I didn't either.
So
I saw on the one of the news blips where they were showing, the run on the toilet paper aisle. The flag that identifies the section on the aisle on that particular clip of film said toilet rolls. Now, I have never heard toilet paper called toilet rolls. Has anybody in the chat or anybody else heard that?
Toilet rolls?
Yeah, they call them toilet rolls here.
Toilet paper, yes, but toilet rolls?
Toilet paper rolls.
Sorry. Think about it. Have you ever heard it referred to as that?
I don't know.
It is pretty weird though, because I couldn't imagine having toilet paper on a roll. It wouldn't taste very good.
No, that's what I was thinking.
See, you got my whole train of thought was like, okay, roll. Maybe that's where them young kids got, we're going to go rolling.
I don't know, but I didn't mean to get you all discombobulated. My favorite word.
It's not hard. And look, I don't know why. The video, Casey told me the other day, he said, Mom, you are grainy looking. And it does that. The more people that are watching or whatever, because on Facebook, I'm all pixelated looking. But he told me one day, he said, well, Mom,
but not everybody else.
He said, Mom, he said, there's sometimes you look like RuPaul, a bad image of RuPaul to where the filter makes them look young. I said, why haven't you told me I look like a drag queen? You always talk about you come in and say my eyebrows look good. So
Yeah.
you've been letting me look like a drag queen. Why hadn't you told me, son? He said, well, I mean, just when it starts pixelating. Yeah. You know.
Well, it doesn't pixelate to the rest of us.
Okay, well, I just feel like some of my friends love me enough that they would tell me the truth. I know Traci told me my bangs one time. It's really, really bad, she said.
Well,
They're really, really bad.
If we saw that, we'd say it. But I'm not. You're not. You don't look. You never look pixelated to me. So I don't know. Maybe my eyes are getting bad.
But yeah, so you guys, I'm sorry, sometimes if I look like a drag queen, you guys sometimes don't see me before I finish it. But it's like painting a picture to me. I just like painting. So, oh, well, thank you, Joy. Thank you.
Well, it's getting a bit late here, so I better love yous
Or
and
early,
leave yous.
as the case may be.
Yeah, early in the morning, early, late, it's all the same thing.
Go to bed, Joel. Get some sleep.
Yeah, it's been fun.
Nice having you with us today, Joel. I've enjoyed your company.
No worries.
Super
Cool.
excited.
Bye. Oh.
Good night, Joel.
Blessings on you, your day, hon.
See, Sonia. See, Sonia, he knows when to go to bed. But, all right. Sonia says you look fine. It also depends on what type of screen you have. If I watch it on my big TV, it looks pixelated. Laptop is fine. Same with the phone.
Well, that's true. That's a good point.
Good morning, Destiny.
Yeah. It might be the setting you have your camera on, too. Because you can set the different...
let me see.
Levels.
It's high def now, and usually I cut it down to low def when it starts pixelating. So I hope it won't pull. That's when I don't want it to pull as much.
Yeah, when you go down to 720, that's going to be more pixelating on a larger screen.
No, it's at high def 720.
I don't know what it looks like on a big screen like that, but
well,
I haven't ever watched this on our big screen TV in the living room.
Oh, I don't even want to think about that. You guys,
we have a 55-inch screen TV, and I've not looked at us.
Yeah,
my husband usually watches YouTube on that particular venue and in our home, and I don't want to mix up his recommended.
Yeah, you guys, please don't watch me on no big screen TV. That just makes me nervous. It's like, oh, yeah, Rosie, you're on my 40.
Now I'm curious. I think I'm going to have to do it.
Oh, my goodness. The 42-inch. Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
I really like our 55-inch screen when you're watching a movie, or something like that. It really helps. Makes you feel like you're there more. So.
When the coronavirus scares you into panic buying. What in the world's Yoda got? I can't figure that one out, but I see that person with all that toilet paper.
Well, if it has a problem with diarrhea, that makes sense.
Well, see, and I haven't even heard what it does. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Oh, no. Yes. Always you stop us and tell us. Joy said her nephew was killed last Friday in an accident. He's 27 years old.
I'm so sorry.
And his mother won't plan his memorial. My brother and his siblings need prayer. Yes, Joy. Always. Yeah. I'm writing that down.
That's very hard when you lose a child. No matter how old they are. Oh boy. So sorry to hear that.
Yeah, I can see where his mom would find it hard to plan that.
Yeah, sometimes things like that just cause you to freeze up, Just you just can't move, you just can't function, It's hard.
I think Yoda was stocking up on something else. Our TV's supposed to be able to get YouTube, but it's like, I don't know how to get in there and do all that kind of stuff.
Do you have a Roku box?
No,
Or is it
we
a smart TV?
we talked about. See, the TV's a smart TV, but it ain't that smart.
With your remote, you can get there.
Chicken nuggets. Yoda was stocking up on chicken nuggets.
Ah. Okay.
But yes, Joy, prayer is first and foremost.
Yes.
Always.
Our mission. Our mission.
Yes. I might talk around the world. There goes MawMaw.
Back to her cave.
Hey, MawMaw.
But yeah, I was disappointed just when I started watching Hulu. It's like our TV is like that brand TV. They weren't gonna stream on that anymore, and I'm like, really?
That's crazy.
And I'm like, you two better not, because that's the whole thing.
Yeah.
MawMaw, you better make your list.
Check it twice.
Whatever we need.
Cheetos.
I'm just saying.
Yep. Cheetos. Get the month supply in the little jar, the little Cheeto balls.
Those ain't the same. Those ain't
No,
the
they're
same.
not, but they're still good. They're still good. Yeah,
I'm looking at you here, but on my right, my peripheral vision to that side, I see you doing this.
Me?
Yeah, you was describing the container.
Oh.
Yeah.
Kind of looks like a plastic jar with like a barrel type looking to it.
Sonia says she's been stocking up on canned food to when I can get it. Don't eat rice, but I've been buying it just in case. If it gets to the point, I'll eat what's not good for me just to survive. I like rice. We're cooking that tonight.
Yeah, we had red beans and rice with sausage last night. Oh, that was so good.
We had Zaxby's because I slept, I fell asleep, and our pork chops didn't thaw out. So tonight we'll be having pork chops, you guys, and rice and whatever's easy for me to do. Because if I go to the store, it's going to be kind of, I don't know, the store sometimes makes me tired. Sonia said her smart TV to my modem because we have so many devices in the house on the Wi-Fi. Traci said she loves that, Liz.
Loves what?
She says what? Those the big things,
those little balls,
the cheese balls.
Yeah.
I done got used to the fry. MawMaw says the baked ones, but I've done got used to the hard ones, you know.
Unfortunately, I like them all.
But now,
ones, the baked ones, the fried ones.
Oh, wait, red bra.
Huh? What?
Red beans.
Yes, we had that last night. Red beans and sausage over rice. That was good.
It's like I was looking at that and I'm like,
Yeah, we had leftovers from family night, and boy, I was so glad whenever I walked in there and after he told me dinner was ready and walked in there, I saw that. Oh, good.
oh, Tracy.
So she likes red bras, huh? Okay. Whatever floats your boat. If you like to wear red bras.
All right. Joyce said, try hash browns, cream of mushroom soup, and cheddar cheese. Put your pork chops on bottom pan, add all of the top. Okay, we do that. We've done that with
I've never had
hamburger.
that before.
We've done that with hamburger meat and onions.
Yeah, hamburger meat, I've had it like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tater tot casserole.
Yes, tater tot casserole.
Yeah.
Ah, see. So she can't Sonia can't handle grains.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is she on the keto diet or?
I don't know. Oh my goodness, Joy.
I can't.
She did the lipstick, the red lipstick, red shoes, and a red necklace emojis.
Don't forget the beans.
But I like red beans and rice. So does Casey.
Yeah.
So I won't feel so. I won't have to go in there and put, try
Tastes
to.
good with cornbread too.
Oh yeah.
Mm-mm.
I won't have to go in there and try figuring out how to put my pork chops on while I'm gone. But I won't be gone as long today since I won't be going to my uncles and aunts.
Mm-hmm.
Me and my cousin will just run down to Mickey D's and sit down there and talk.
Have a good little visit.
Yeah. Sit way away from everybody because she's louder than me. She's more animated than me. She is.
Well, I can't. I'm laughing because I have that problem. My voice carries, and it does. Any whispering I try to do is a stage whisper. It just doesn't come out any other way.
Well, she loves me to a fault. She's ever since we moved back from California and she was this 2-year-old little girl, she clung to me because I was the youngest girl. And so she loves me. She says she loves me more than she does anybody else. So
yeah, I'm close to a lot of my cousins. I have a lot of cousins, and I'm close to them. We're friends. We're cousins, but we're also friends.
I call
We all-
them cousin
we all grew up
sisters.
together, and it's just nice to have. I didn't have sisters, so I had cousins. So that was. But
it's like I just call them cousin sisters. There's a lot of my cousins that they're like my sisters more than they are cousins. I
call my cousin out in California my sister cousin. She's 9 years younger than me, but she like me. She just had a brother just like I did, and her brother is gone too now, and so we call each other sister cousins.
Well, I never thought too much of my aunt as my aunt because she was a later in life baby of my baby sister of my dad's. I mean, heck, my oldest sister, 7 years older than me. My aunt's just 10 years older.
Right.
So she was at our house all the time when we were out there. Well, then when, she moved out here and she just, for a little while, she seemed like my aunt, but then I felt like I caught up with her, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And so actually her daughter, my cousin, she always calls me Aunt Darlene because she was my kid's age. So I've always just been Aunt Darlene to her, and my aunt doesn't seem like my aunt.
I understand. This cousin that I call sister cousin out in California, her mother is 13 years older than me. So, growing up, I've always, she's always been real close to my age. All of my aunts were fun aunts, but, and my mom was a fun person too. And, this particular aunt, has always really been especially, we've always been real close. And, yeah, sometimes she feels more like a sister than an aunt,
Mm-hmm.
but
Everybody's talking about wearing their bras on their heads and stuff. When my daughter went through her weight loss surgery, and she lost way too much. I mean, from 350, I think it was, down to 120.
oh my.
Yeah. But we found one of her bras, and me and Casey, I put my head in one side, and I said, Casey, come here and look. I found one of Tiffany's old bras. He put his head in the other side, and we're standing in the bathroom, and we done it up, and then we took a picture and put it on Facebook.
Oh no, your poor daughter.
And what was so funny is a friend of hers said, Tiffany, is that your bra they have on their head? So,
oh my.
So yeah, I mean, we're silly weird that way, So we go from the depression dark stuff to the over the top silly stuff.
Bipolar.
So yes, and that's another thing that I said, I just don't need to be diagnosed with it because I have enough going. But that is something, because I can, Liz, you've been around me way too long to know that I can get that very high, hit that silly high part, and then think later, oh my gosh, I can't believe I did that. So
hey, I do that too.
Yeah. So, Casey calls it buyer's remorse. He said, we have buyer's remorse.
Yeah, I have that too.
And then I can go that real low.
Mm-hmm.
Joy says you have to do that because it helps break you out of that depression. So
that's true too.
And this pretty much, doing this during the week pretty much keeps me stable, because you can't very well think of God every day or do this and want people to meet our Jesus that we love, and the one that we can still be silly and we still show different parts of what God allows us to be.
Exactly.
He doesn't want people that are flogging their back with the thing because of their sins. That's not what he does.
Right.
So there's different aspects. So it helps ground me, but I will admit,
laughter is a gift from God.
Well,
joy is a gift from God, and he wants us to be happy and joyful, and silly sometimes, and that sort of thing. I mean, that's part of how he made us, and part of the range of emotions.
And when my friend Marie come over that day, Marie TC, that's always in here, and she said, you just radiate. I said, well, that's the joy of the Lord. I said, it helps me be happy. It helps me be real happy. Mm-hmm. And I said, and sometimes when the camera stops, I said, well, usually what do we do? We usually go, whew.
Yeah, you don't realize you're kind of holding your breath sometimes until you can let it go. I don't know. It's just strange how that is, I guess.
It's the energy thing. It's the
it is an energy thing
that's put out. And sometimes I have to wrap up with my blanket thingy here. Where's it? It's probably in the floor. Didn't nobody call you unless your name is blanket thingy. But yeah, the red blanket thingy I've always had in the kitchen. Sometimes when Casey does Bible study, I'll be in the kitchen. I would have been in the kitchen and have to just wrap up in something warm because I feel like I've used every muscle in my body.
Yeah.
And I will be that tired. It's weird.
Well, and the crazy thing is, we're just being ourselves, but it's still, you know, there are times when I'm just being myself and I'm tired from being myself. I just go at home, you know, without being on YouTube or something like that. I'm just still going, oh boy, okay, catch my breath here and move on. You know,
I used to be that way when I'd leave work, and if my girl said, "Miss Darlene, you didn't tell me a story today." Well, I was busy all day. Okay, what do you want to know? All right. Joy said, Darlene, you ladies are like a sun in the dark for me. I've been absent some, but my son's anniversary is coming up, and I get very depressed at Easter. Well, thank you, Joy.
I completely understand.
Joy, I haven't lost a child. I have a child right now. I feel like she's lost. She's lost in her head somewhere, and I don't even know where she's at right now.
Yeah.
But I've lost 3 brothers, and I know that's not the same.
Yeah, I've lost a brother.
So
My brother was 12 and a half years younger than me, and I was being the older sibling. And my parent, you know, he was a late life birth too. My mother was 38, I think, whenever she had him. And it's you know, kids are high energy, so you know, I was put in a responsibility situation early on to keep up with him, and he became my responsibility. And in so many ways, you know, it wasn't like a son to me, but it was close. You know what I mean? But his, it's hard. It's not the same as losing your child when you lose a brother, even though there's that much difference. But it hurts. Losses hurt.
yeah, and especially now, you know, you've lost a nephew. My heart hurt so bad when my sister lost her son.
Oh yeah.
It hurt. I cried. I mean, for months when I was in my room, I would just cry for her because she is the strongest. She's the strongest woman I've ever known. And I knew that she wouldn't show it to nobody. And I cried. Joy said, I fought for him for 7 years. His mental health, he was suicidal from 9 years old.
Oh.
And she found out at 27 years old. Her nephew was 27.
That's how my brother was whenever
Yeah. And, you know, that's something that has been in our family. And unfortunately, that's one of the things that jumps on my shoulders sometimes. And I count my blessings. I count my loved ones. I count people that I know that love me. And I would never want Casey to have to come on one morning and tell people on here I did something like that.
Right.
So I think of those things because a person can't help what comes to their mind.
Mm-hmm.
And the way I explained it to people when they say, well, you know, they'll say, well, I don't understand how they could do that. Yes, I do.
The depth of despair. Yeah.
Traci, I do. And, you know, we had that discussion. Yes, I do count you, Traci. But, you know, it's like trying to explain to a blind person that's never seen what the color green looks like.
Yeah.
So that is, if you've never had that feeling, then you can't explain it. Yeah, Joy. You know, it's like Robin Williams. You know, that really shocked me. But then again, you know, he made so many people laugh, but inside he was sad.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that depression.
Right. Red Skelton was like that as well.
I did not know that.
Yeah, he
I-
suffered from depression, from what I understood.
And I think that's one of the things, people that want to be silly and make others laugh and happy, because you know that's how we handle our own. That's how we handle not being sad. If we can make somebody else laugh. And now I have the silly side that I do. I don't think Casey's quite as silly as me. He can be, but he's not as silly on something like this as I am. But hey, what is it? I am what I am. What cartoon was it? Elmer Fudd? No.
Yeah, I am what I am. That's all that I am. Popeye,
Yeah.
I think it was.
Yeah, and he said it like yam, YAM.
Yep.
I am what I am, and just like
Yep.
Sandy said, it's a big old YouTube world out there,
Mm-hmm.
and you go where you can put anything in the search engine.
Right.
Chris, you have a very good day today too. And we love you, and you're always welcome here, and you know that. And you guys, Tim, for those of you, Tim Windsor, he pops in and out sometimes. He's usually at work. He does groundskeeping at the university, wherever he's
Awesome.
from. They shut the university down
Yeah, he's up in Pennsylvania or something.
until the coronavirus stuff. They just shut it down.
Yeah, they've switched to online classes.
Yeah. So we need to keep in prayer all of the people that are scared.
Mm-hmm.
You know, pray for the
That's
people
right.
that are scared. We
Yes.
can joke about it, we can laugh about it, because if it were here, and if they started saying, okay, now it's 10 people that has it, it's 12 people, yes, I would be worried and I'd be scared. Number one, for MawMaw back there,
Right.
I have a very, very, what is it? Immune system. Yes, I have a terrible immune system. Good morning, Anamora, or almost afternoon.
Good morning, Anamora.
Sonia, I love you. I love you. And yes, I will put you in my prayer book. And you guys, today was Traci's 31 anniversary. Yay!
Oh, happy anniversary, Traci. I didn't know that.
Good
Happy
morning.
anniversary to you and Rain.
Good morning, Ann. Good morning. And Raven, good morning. See,
Good
you
morning,
guys are
everyone.
all coming in here. But you guys pray for Sonia, because over in Australia, they're having a toilet paper shortage.
Yeah.
But they're scared too. You know,
Well, yeah.
it's a
Yeah,
fear.
that's understandable.
It's a fear.
It is. You know, the media is hyping it up and making a political issue out of it as well, and that's not helping either. And
No, because they're blaming it come from here, and they're over at another place, and I ain't even gonna say where. They're saying it come from here, and
yeah, that's true.
yeah. So like Destiny said, more people die from the influenza than they
Right.
have from the coronavirus. So
Right.
yeah.
And in every case, it's oftentimes people who are older or who have an immune system that's weak, or some other challenges that make them susceptible to things more easily. So if you have a weak immune system, try to boost every way you can. Vitamins. If your immune system can be compromised by allergies, if it's something that you're allergic to that you could avoid, try to do that. That will help build your immune system.
People with uh, perfume and cologne, I can't deal with that.
I can't deal with that either. I can't even, there's that place, what is it, Bath and Body Works? We have one of those in our local mall, and I can't even walk on that side of the corridor by
I
there.
can't
I have
either.
to walk on the other side.
Same
to
here,
get past
Sonia. I just wasn't going to say it, but yes, same in the United States. That's where they say it's coming from,
Yeah.
or it came from.
It didn't. It
but
came from China.
I just don't
So,
want to blame anybody, because we
Yeah.
really don't know where. There's
well, first surfaced in China.
we love you, Sonia.
Yeah.
And you go to bed and get some good sleep.
Yes. We love you, Sonia. God bless your day. God bless your nap. God bless your sleep. But a little bit you're going to get. I mean, at this rate.
But yeah, we just take it one day at a time. And that's like what, in December, I really believe I had the flu. I didn't go to the doctor for the flu.
Yeah.
I just stayed home and took
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
And because I ran a fever.
Yeah,
Oh, my
you might
head.
have had the flu.
Oh my gosh, my head, I've not had my head hurt that bad and for like 3 or 4 days.
Yeah.
And I could not put my head on my pillow any way to get any kind of relief.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's hard.
So
Of course, being dehydrated can also cause a headache. And if you have a fever, you can get dehydrated real easy. If you're having digestive issues, you can get dehydrated.
Girl,
So you got to be careful.
I drank so much water, and I made myself eat soup. We had so much soup that I know around here sometimes we didn't want to see soup for a little while.
Yeah.
I mean, I did. I ate
Yeah.
the soup and I drank. There was a few days I didn't even drink no coffee.
Yeah, and that's
You-
probably a good idea.
But that's
Whenever you're
something.
sick, you really shouldn't have coffee.
That was something. If I went days without.
Yeah, I understand.
Joy, I learned how to drink water without it being in the refrigerator. I used to not like room temperature water, but
Mm-hmm.
I learned how to do that when I had a throat, and like my throat was bad one time, and he said nothing cold. He said it's going to make it worse.
Oh, I never heard that.
He said lukewarm or hot. Yes,
Yeah.
he said what it does when you drink something cold, it makes it feel good right then. Because it constricts it or something. He was explaining it to me. He said,
I was thinking maybe constriction, yeah.
Oh my gosh, and I'd have to drink and drink and drink, and then it would just didn't help.
Yeah.
So I started drinking room temperature water. I'd fix hot tea. I drank so much hot tea, you guys, in December when I was sick. And I told Casey, "Oh, Joy! Joy, bless your heart. Thank you. Thank you." That just, that's the third one I got today. And you guys, that's just, I never know how to react. But thank you. I just can't say thank you enough.
Awesome.
And and when you said you ladies, thank you, because
Oh, that's sweet. Thank you.
me by myself, like Casey showed, that woman said, unless you want a big house and you don't have this or that, you're just ordinary. We're just ordinary. I don't feel like, Jesus, he didn't have a fancy house. So what would he have been to her? Ordinary.
Yeah.
He would
If
not
we have
been,
what we need, that's all that matters.
in the way she explained it, he was not extraordinary. He would have been ordinary. So thank you. That means a lot, especially, yes. So she said Traci and Sonia and LizzAnn and MawMaw.
Oh, how
And
sweet.
there's such wonderful women in here. So many. So
Yes, there are many wonderful people here. And
And
then
it-
there's all the ones that do not contribute to the conversation in the chat. There are people who watch that never get in the chat, don't comment, and we appreciate them too. We appreciate each of you as well.
yeah, I come across how is it, Mama? Kim Ricky, Kim Ricky. I can't think of how to say her name, but she was in oh my goodness, the other woman that comes on here sometimes with us, Sandy. Jen Ricky, I think is the name of her YouTube channel.
Uh-huh.
And I said, I hadn't seen you in a long time. And she said, Kim Ricky. Mama says Kim. So
Yeah.
she said, I watch you. I just, most of the time I'm doing something else and I don't get in the chat. And she said,
Yeah.
but I like that you change rooms. So, and then Sandy said, what do you mean she changed rooms? Yes, see, Mama said we are fortunate to have you in our home. And the kitchen, I always said we're at our kitchen table. And so
Right.
much has happened that I think it was time that God said, okay, you got to get back to making your God jars. I got 3 made. I hadn't mailed them yet, but I got 3 made.
Yeah.
You got to get back to your God jars. You got to get back to making things.
Mm-hmm.
You got to get on there and show how you make things and your creative side. So he allowed me to be comfortable in the kitchen doing what I was doing. So, it's there'll be the other side of me. I think people need to see the Norgis side as well. Don't you think, Liz?
Of course. Of course. And I'm going to have to pull out my stuff too, but I'm at a crossroads right now, or a fork in the road, so to speak, on a lot of things. And I'm distracted, which isn't helping.
She said,
there's
Mama
just so much.
and chat warriors. That is
cool.
a good way to put it.
Yeah, chat warriors. I like that. So yeah, I need to get focused on many things right now. And I have a hard time focusing on anything. So
think of something for Tuesday, because we are going to be sitting at this little table over here Tuesday. I might be cleaning it off today. Let me turn the camera a little bit. I'm going to pick it up. I'm trying to do it to where, all right. See that table? Me, MawMaw, and Casey can sit at that table. And then look at all those paints. And that's not even half of them. Oh, and here's my jewelry Casey cleaned up and made pretty.
Oh. All
The
kinds of good stuff there, I see.
Let me
all kinds of good stuff.
Yeah, and then Matt.
And I need to downsize a lot of stuff. I probably need a roll-off box in my front yard and throw out some stuff.
Well, I'm
We're in
going.
the process of trying to downsize, and I have a lot that I've collected over the years. And
Well,
oh boy,
I'm going through
I,
clothes today. Those that I have, clothes that I have not worn. What I'm going to do. You've heard me talk of April. Sometimes her mom has jumped in, and her whole family's been in on Facebook before. But April is who I go to church, to her church sometimes. They're having a yard sale Saturday.
mm-hmm.
So to help the church. And I told Casey, I said, I want to go through my clothes. Whatever I hadn't been wearing.
Yeah. And that's where a lot of, when we downsize, if it's usable for someone, yeah, we have a thrift shop with our church, and it'll go there. But if it's, I've collected newspapers, articles, that kind of stuff, not just newspaper articles, but I mean things that are not necessary for life.
Yeah.
That need to be just tossed. It's
Yeah.
like I intend to go back and read it, but I don't necessarily get to go read it. I forget about it. And, if I haven't read it by now, maybe I'm not going to read it, or maybe it's irrelevant.
Yeah. I've done that too. I've thrown some away, but I will not throw away my Paul Newman People magazine.
Yeah.
Well,
there's some things that you're going to keep. And
yeah.
But I get sentimental about all kinds of stuff, and that's a downside for me. I need to really, I get too sentimentally attached to little bitty weird things.
Hence my craft room. There's still Winter Nation. Yay, yay.
Hey, how you doing?
I spoke about you earlier, and I said it correctly this time. Still Winter Nation. Yay.
Yes, I'm proud of you. I was calling it the other thing too. Not looking at the name close enough and saying, oh yeah, okay.
Joy, yes. Casey helped me. Oh, thank you. See, you're the reason, Still Winter Nation, that I did Twitter. I sure did. I started Twitter, and I tweet people out now, and I love doing that.
I have a Twitter account, but I haven't really done much with it. I need to.
I love it because it's like doing it for somebody, somebody else. It's just like, whoo,
Yeah.
I can do it. But Joy, we did that when right before tornadoes come through and ripped up a place down the road from us. And I had Casey, it was last February, because I'd had my shoulder surgery, and I told him he'd hold something up. I said, nah. And it really got easier and easier to get rid of stuff. Well, he said, Mom, how many sets of sheets do you need? I said, well, you can throw those away. Mom, how many blankets do you need? Well, okay, you can get rid of those. So then we got the puppy that now every blanket I have, especially a blue one, has holes this big. I'm sleeping with blankets with holes in them until we can buy some. But yeah, so I'm glad.
Get overwhelmed with those kinds of decisions.
MawMaw, you so silly. Sure glad Norga's got Twitter, because she was pinching me and calling it Twittering.
She's so funny.
Look,
tweet.
But look, now if I want to talk about her, I have to shut the door because I'm right beside her now. Say something, MawMaw. MawMaw, say something. Could you hear? See? See? So now, if I want to say something about her, I have to shut the door and do this. Don't tell MawMaw I said this.
Yeah, that's funny.
Tell her I'll be off in a minute. That yes. Oh my gosh. I hope don't nobody see that mouth on a darn big screen TV that I just.
See, sometimes we don't stop and think about things, do we?
It's Tabitha.
You thought I was Darlene. I didn't know who you were.
Anybody that calls, if MawMaw answers, I answer Casey. It's all gonna be they all think we're the same person.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because your voices are similar. Yeah.
Still Winter Nation, if you're laughing, I just hope you're not seeing me on those widescreen TV, because that freaks me out.
Yeah, I used to answer my
Joe!
and people thought I was her.
Josie! Oh, she's at the front door? Oh, well then, okay. Good. I make her walk through here and everybody see her. Josie, no fair. Because then you can see my messed up lipstick. It's faded by now. Oh my gosh. Darlene, up close. And look, I don't even stop when I'm watching a movie now. I don't stop and I don't say nothing. When I pause it, I don't say nothing about Kevin. Come here and look at them. They look silly or crazy. I don't say that no more. Joy, thank you. Thank you. And yes, a prayer circle of friends, and that's what started. I said from the get-go, I told Casey, I said, one day when my journey's over with all of the disability stuff, I said, I want to be there and let people that are having the same issues, anxieties, all of the heartache from fighting for something they deserve and they're in pain. I want to be there for them. But it ended up this. Hey, Tony. God bless you, Tony.
Welcome.
Denise is back home. Denise.
Ooh.
Or maybe she's in the car. Denise, what did they do to your arm? You guys, Denise, they think she cracked her elbow.
Ooh.
But yes, instead of focusing, and it was all because I was told I couldn't have, I was told I could not have social media, you guys. 5 years ago, I was told. You can't have social media. The lawyer said no. Because I guess if I look like this, nothing's wrong with me.
That makes sense. Yeah.
So,
well,
hence Norgus. And you know, look, people behind the scenes know when I get up out of my chair.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my goodness, it feels like I can't even hardly move. Steroids. Okay, Denise is going to get steroids.
Oh.
All right, don't let those steroids make you ill.
Yeah, Chica's on those right now.
Oh.
For her ears.
But so Norgus was a warrior. You know, I was able to come on here under Norgus, but I'm going to stay under Norgus, you guys. That's just, I think that imaginary friend back in the 60s in California helped me to do this. So there was a reason. Yes, I'm staying Norgus.
It helped you then and it helps you now.
It does. It does. And it's my silly part of me. It's the, Denise, lidocaine patches. I will not, you guys, when they gave me lidocaine patches, I'd put it on one side of my back that hurt. Wait, Super Dave just posted 5.3 earthquake in Papua New Guinea.
Oh, no.
But I would put that patch on the side that hurt. Well, guess what?
The
Then
hurt would migrate.
the rights, yes. So I just quit using them. Where are you staying, Sister Darlene? Well, I'm not in the kitchen. I moved to my craft room.
Mhm.
Oh, there's Vicky. There's my Trixie.
Well, hey, Vicky.
How
are you doing, girl?
Oh, okay. So see, Norgus, I came on here as Norgus, so my lawyer would not like me to have social media.
Mm-hmm.
And you stay in August instead of Darlene?
Yes, but my name's Darlene. But Norgus R is, not everybody uses their real name. I'm sure the Stillwinter Nation wasn't born, and the mama said, we will call him the Stillwinter Nation. But I don't know now.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody could. So, anyway,
Well, LizzAnn is from my youth. My
Yeah.
cousins used to call me that. Well, actually, some of my cousins still call me that.
So the little girl, my imaginary playmate, was fierce. Tony, I don't know where it come from. I was just this little girl, 5 years old. I don't know how young I was. My sister knows because they remember that I was the little sister that talked to herself and had my playmate. I remember we had to bury one. I don't know. I don't remember that playmate's name, but they helped me bury that one. I don't even know why that one died, but they knew who Norgus was, and so that's it, Tony. All right, she's gonna be on camera. She just doesn't know it yet. Oh goodness, just a minute.
Watch your headphones.
Oh, thank you. Whew. Oh, here I come, Tab. I'm a coming, Tabitha.
And then there was one. I can't get into much mischief by myself, I guess. I don't know. What do you think, MawMaw? You're probably in the chat still. You think I can get into mischief by myself? I probably can. I tend to get in trouble most everywhere I go, or cause trouble. Fun trouble, not bad trouble. Fun trouble.
I didn't look at the back of it. All right,
my
come this
goodness.
way.
So I hope everybody's having a blessed
Hey,
day.
Francis. Come this way. You can't hear them, but
Lord have mercy.
lean down, my Tabitha.
Hey, nice to meet you.
This is my Tabitha.
Welcome.
I did, baby.
She's complaining. Oh, my hair.
I didn't brush my hair. I didn't.
Girl. Everybody saying,
things about us that bug us.
yeah. Mama said, wow, we are very noisy when company arrives. Hey, that's how we do it. Sit down. Sit that big
That's
booty
true.
down.
It's always fun to have company.
This was my little sister when I moved out here from California.
Awesome.
She had her second birthday or third. I think it's your second.
My second one, because Mom and Daddy got married before I was 3.
Yeah. So,
Cool.
second birthday, and loved me so much, you guys. I would have to hide from her. I'd lock myself in the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean,
Did you get smothered?
she said, did I get smothered?
Mm-hmm.
I did. Or I'd lay in the floor and play dead, and she'd cry.
I cried.
Oh no.
Or they
You
peed
wouldn't
in the
do that to
water
her.
and swapped buckets with me.
Yeah, we had wash tubs at her house. If anybody knows the wash tubs, the metal ones.
Mhm.
Yeah.
They had two. I would sit in one, she'd sit in one, and we would just. Now there's 7 years in there between us.
How old are you?
I'm 55.
No, I'm 51.
Really? There's only 3 years difference?
Mhm.
Yeah,
4
that's
years.
about right. Oh,
Mhm.
4 years?
4
Yeah.
years, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So look, I was a
55
smart one.
minus 51 is 4, honey.
Thank
Sorry,
you.
It's not 3.
Look, thank you. So yes, we'd be in the wash tubs, 2 different ones. We'd be playing, we'd be talking, then all of a sudden I'd say, "Let's switch," and we'd switch. It wasn't until a few years ago I finally told her, "Tab, you remember how I would always switch wash tubs?" She said, "Yeah." I said, "Because I peed in mine, and then." True story, I tell you.
It is.
Oh my goodness.
True story. I mean,
Stirring it up. Just stirring it up all the time. Even when you were a little bitty.
look at that. True story.
Darling.
Well, Mama, that's the truth.
But
But-
I still loved you anyway.
Yeah, but she was grown when I finally told her, and she was like, "Oh my, what?" But I can remember we loved to do dishes and make her. Her mom showed me how to make tea when I'd be at their house, and we'd do the squirt thing. Remember
Mhm.
with the at the what is it, the sink, the squirt thing with the sink.
Mhm.
Right, the sprayer.
Yeah, we'd spray and be silly with it, and then we'd mop. I didn't see. Elias says y'all ladies are so messed up. Well, look, I keep covering that because we went from tattoos to coronavirus. So, but
we
look,
have covered it, haven't we?
but yeah, God who works in you will act in order to fulfill his good purpose. And you guys, is that I am loved,
Mhm.
and I want to give back.
Mhm.
Elias says, "Xshydovex, I am afraid to no more." Laugh out loud.
You don't want no more.
Do you
Yeah,
remember?
There are some times we're going, oh, should you go there?
Do you remember playing like a horse when we would be on the tank?
Oh yeah.
What is it?
The
Propane
the
tank.
gas tank.
Yes, the propane
Oh,
gas
Lord.
tank.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we rode it like a horse.
Yes.
Jumped up and down on it.
It's a big one.
Yeah, never mind the danger there.
But
Yeah.
yeah, and it's just like I was so glad that today my superhero was on, and he says that he just wanted to he wants to give back. He wants to give back.
He's a great guy.
And cycling. Oh no. Your channel got lost. Did your
Whoa.
channel get? Oh man, you guys
Ooh.
subscribe to that. Is Cyclee. That's my little buddy Cyclee, and he had to change it to Justly. Did somebody hack your channel?
Oh.
All right. Who is your superhero? His name is Joel Mahoney, and I will put his link in. He has spina bifida, but that is not what defines him.
My brother had spina bifida.
Really?
He did, yeah.
So
does his daughter. My niece has it. It's a milder case. Some cases are worse than others.
yeah, and he does not let that
But
get
still,
him down.
He would have problems with his legs hurting or
Yeah.
going numb.
Yeah,
And so does she.
Joel's in a wheelchair, but when I first come across his channel and I watched it, I was amazed because I'm like, and he does, that, but that's not what defines him. And then I learned,
Right.
learn him, and he said he liked he saw the imagination in me, and that's what drew him to me.
Yeah, that creativity. Yeah.
1 John, let me read that. I like reading them. 1 John 3:16, hereby perceive we the love of God, because he laid down his life for us, and we ought to lay down our lives for the brethren. Thank you. But thank you so much. And, he, like he said, when people say he inspires them, he said he don't understand because he's just living his life.
Right.
As he always has.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing of it is, when we give back, if that inspires anybody in any way, then the way I look at it, then that's my purpose. That's what God wants me to do.
Exactly.
So, so if you're thinking God must have a sense of humor, if he made me to be this way, then yes, he has a sense of humor, because we are created in his image.
Yep. I'm thankful that he gave us a sense of humor.
And,
laughter is a good de-stressor.
Yeah, so think about it. People that think you're supposed to, like in the old days, throw ashes over you and look like you're just, sad all the time. That ain't what God wants us to do. God wants happy and loving and all of that. Yay! So another praise. We did pray for Sikkes' kidneys, so that is great. Oh, Tony, I do. I think Francis, MawMaw over there, laughed so much ever since she met me. Elias, did you make mods in here that are qualified and trained to put up with this silliness, or did you make them qualified to put up with your silliness? Laugh out loud. I don't know, Elias. I think it's just all the same. I'll have to go back and read that to understand what you just said. But all right, it's 11:55, and me and this chick right here. Uh-oh, what?
Oh, is that what I'm hearing? Your stomach growling?
Oh, me and this chick right here, we're going to McDonald's, and I see Singing for the Creator just went live. So, Tony, will you please put in Singing for the Creator's link? And I would love everybody, because we've got 15 in the chat. I would love for every one of you guys to jump over there. I love her. Yes, I love her. So, Tony, do you have it handy? Let me see. I know you go over there. All right, let me see. Oh, thank you. That's good, Elias. God does not call the qualified. God qualifies the called. Amen.
Exactly.
Okay. All right, you guys. I want to see my numbers start dropping in the chat. I want you guys to go over there.
Okay.
And I want you guys to say, you could just say Norgus sent us with love.
Norgus Raid or something.
Since I won't get to be on there because me and this chick are going to go have a loud talking at McDonald's. Girl, wait till you see my hair when I take this off. Girl, you see.
That place will never be the same.
I didn't spill something on me this morning.
I got toothpaste on my shirt. Hey, Calico, everybody's going to be jumping over to Singing for the Creation. So jump over there. Except you, Liz. We'll do our But tell the end. Tell the.
Oh,
Say.
you want to do? Okay.
Do the end.
God bless you, your family, and your world. Until we see each other again. Much love.
Much love, you guys. All right, you guys jump over to Singing for the Creator.
Hop on over there.